Not the commercial break.
I really do have like, I got a bunch of commercials. Y'all know me, man.
I know you got your
I'm
commercials.
deep on the commercials now. I'm deep on the commercials. Now we gonna wait an hour and 28 minutes. That's when it switched. Yeah. So what's been good on the kick journey? Jimmy Duke's in the building. Michael B. Shakur, SpankQueen has made the switch over to kick. Let me ask you first what you think about the KCIP.
Oh man, I feel like it's so tough because you gotta like it's asking you to make like CCV, right? And like the CCV is, I think it's like what 100 CCV.
100.
So it's like, hold on, let me see. It was like either 100 or
It's 100. Because I looked
yeah,
at Ace. He was like at 98.
Let me teach you
yeah.
how to
So it's
vibe.
100 CCV, and I feel like when you start on Kick, you have to have like a certain type of content. You have to have a certain type of content.
What you think that
If
type is?
IRL or beef, like you gotta have like beef. You gotta have IRL or you know what I mean, like or like you just have to have like insane raids from like other people. Just because like it's such a new app. Like you
I
have to
think to
know
get to
people.
100, you got like, if I was to try to get to 100, when the stream comes on, I would already be in a game. If I was gonna game, like, you see what I'm saying? Like if you was in
Hmm.
COD, like when the stream comes on, like you already dropping in.
Yeah, I feel like, well, like I've been like doing like I've been exploring like other things. Like I've been doing the games, I did the just chatting, I've done the watch parties, I've done like all kinds of things on Cake just to kind of find out like what's been doing best. And I mean, I'm not saying it's unfortunate, like I am very fortunate of like for it, but like it's kind of like if you get a good raid from someone like Aiden Ross or uh like those folks, like all those people that either do the gambling or either do the um like you know, like with people who do monkey or like people who just kind of
Oh
like
yeah.
explore other people's streams, like if you like get their views and their CCV and then they come in and stuff and then they raid, like those are the ones that like will get you to KCIP. Like that's just like I'm still even like struggling to even get to verification, which I mean,
Yeah, I don't think I ever tried to get to it because I'm multi-streaming, so it really split my community. That's the thought that I'm having now. Is like, if I really wanted to push ACIP, I think you only have to be live on Kick, and you have to have other other shorts and stuff that drive people to it, or like you say, the raids. But to
yeah, like with KCI, well, not even KCIP, but even just verification in general, like just getting like people to like get to your kick stream in general. Like I had sat on like the just chatting streams for like a really good while to like
right,
understand like the culture that like people like the culture, right? Because it's like a lot of like the just chatting streams is just people looking at other
Let
people's
me teach
stream,
you how to
like straight
vibe.
up.
I can see that.
Like it's just it really is. Like I mean, like I am not. I'm not gonna say I'm a hypocrite, but like I am on the Discord with you. Like we're chatting right now, and I'm showing your stream right now. Like, but that's just me, just like showing my love to you. Like that's just me. But like people
I
actually
feel
literally
special.
do this.
She's showing her love to me. Now I'm just playing.
Sitting God.
No, but honestly though, like, that's something
But
that
you know
I
what I
wish
mean though?
Facebook
Like
would
people,
allowed us to do.
yeah, like we weren't able to do this. Like let's just say like you was playing some tunes, you was vibing, you was like, or even like even watching a video or watching a movie, like none of this would like get us copyrighted or like demonetized for it. Like we're
Yeah,
it's kind of like they would take it with us like reacting to your content.
see
If
when
that
they had
makes
hanging
sense.
out for partners, we talked to them. I talked to them in person about like having hanging out be for everybody because it like what it does is it separates from people who just want to watch game content to people who just want to see people like personalities do things. And I think Facebook ran into a part of people were doing that and making money off of it, and they had an issue with it because sometimes people would have an issue with somebody using their
Let me teach you how to vibe.
because that's like a that's short sighted, right? That's short sighted, like
Yeah.
because it's frowned upon to come in a stream as your gamer tag. It's frowned upon to host somebody else, but in reality, it's what you should want because I've seen some of the biggest creators, like and specifically, I watch Sean Ryan on YouTube. He encourages people to make reels from his interviews. He just says, "Hey, just tag me. That's all I care about." He said, "Monetize and make money. I don't care. Just tag me." Because he just wants people to
Yeah.
know where to come see the whole interviews at.
Man, I was on like a totally different side of Kick. Because like when I first went full time on Kick, I somehow got into some beef. Like
Beef?
somehow, yeah, I got into some beef with like multiple streamers. It was so bad. Cuz it was
Over
um
what?
so like I met this one girl, like she was crying, and I like asked her like, "Oh, are you okay? Like is it cool, whatever, whatever." And she was living in a penthouse full of other streamers, right? So like there was like
This
other
sound like some no say no Diddy on this.
no,
This sound like some Diddy, man.
but long story short, I called her friends out saying that they were bad friends because it was like, "Oh yeah, your friend is crying in a room, and you're not like gonna console her, and you're just over here like streaming and making content and like forcing her to come out of her room when she's crying, but I'm literally watching her streaming right now crying and stuff." Like I was like calling them out. And then like I haven't like 100% resolved that beef, but like the girl that was crying, she was just like, "No, you were like really genuine. You're like my friend. You're like one of my closest friends, blah blah blah." Like we became friends after all that. But like the first, like that was literally like my first dive into Cake. It was like when it comes to like the just chatting section at least, it was like it's so clicky. It's very very clicky. If you're into Aiden Ross, you'll be in a section where it's Aiden Ross. If you're into Sweater God, you're into like Sweater God. Like it was like really
all
tough.
content is clicky though.
It was
All
that.
content is clicky.
And I got into that so early, Buddha. Like I
Nah,
don't understand
not
it as like
again.
a small streamer.
Not again.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault because like when
Not again, man. Lessons learned. With this in the old
yeah,
Call of
like
Duty, mistakes were made.
mistakes were made because it was crazy because it was like I was just like getting into the like getting used to making the content that I always wanted, which was
You got
getting
sucked
to
back
know
in. The
people.
succubus got you. The
It
succubus
was
got you.
it was actually like the content that I always wanted to do as a streamer, which was get to know people, get to talk to people, like talk. Like that was like my whole main thing. I'm always like, okay, like I'm a gamer as well. I'll do my games and stuff like that. But like whenever I get tired of games, it's like, okay, I wanna talk to people. Like I
Let me ask you
wanna
a question.
interact.
I've been wanting to ask you this question for some time.
What's up?
How connected to you are to your Asian fan base?
Oh gosh. I mean, let's just say I'm more connected to my in-laws than I am my own.
Reason why I asked that is I sent you a message when we was in Atlanta, and I was like, "There's no possible way on earth that I could have came back from another city and come into Atlanta to go to Sweet Hut and to try to get some pastries." And I type in this thing, and my sister-in-law is messages and says like, "Look, the place y'all trying to find is at XYZ location." And then we like, whoa, that's like down the street from where we at. So we coming back from through Duluth, and I stop and I'm standing there in front of this Asian market, right? Which has got like restaurants around the inside, and then it's a grocery store, and they got all kind of shops with all kind of different stuff. And I looked in the parking lot where I'm parking. I'm like, I'm right in front of the karaoke spot we go to for the meetup, and I literally die laughing. I'm like, it's no way. And they're like in the car with me, like, what's so funny? I'm like, it's no way that we're like right in front of this karaoke spot. And I look over, and it's this huge panda, like it's like 100-foot tall panda, like the size of a shopping mall. It's like really huge. And we go in, and I'm just like, that's no way that we just randomly bumped into this spot out of town. And I go in, and it's like all the Hello Kitty Karami stuff that my daughter go crazy over. And
Yeah.
I'm laughing. I'm thinking, if my 8-year-old is like wants to go out of town to go to the Minisu store and go here to make content like buying Hello Kitty stuff, I'm like, it's a huge section of content to you that you naturally have built in that I don't think you're as tapped into it as you should be. Because when I come to your stream sometime and you playing like them authentic Asian like first player RPG games, I'm like, yo, you got something that I'm being serious, because like I'm a black dude from Alabama. So like as I got older, we go, and my daughter like pho, so we going to like typing in pho when we go out of town. It's Vietnamese, is all kind of Thai restaurants. So we be looking at stuff like that, and I'm like, it's people that come into the country and can find a subsection of culture that you instantly have a connection to that the average person doesn't have.
Well, you wouldn't believe how saturated it is, though, because it's kind of like this. I do get a lot of people coming into my chat asking if I play Valorant, because Valorant is very Asian dominated. Very, very, very Asian dominated. It's either Valorant, it's either League of Legends and stuff like that. And I, you know what I mean? Like I did tap into League of Legends like whenever I was and like streaming on Facebook gaming. Like I tapped into League of Legends. It was very popular. I did hold like 100 CCV whenever I was playing League of Legends, which was
KCIP.
really cool. Like it was really nice. It was really awesome. It was just mostly lurkers, mostly Brazilian people. So it's just I couldn't.
I gotta ask you, how you feel about the lurkers?
Oh God, it was like whenever I was playing League of Legends and it was mostly lurkers and it was mostly Brazilian people, I just couldn't really tap into how like I was tapping into like most of my community whenever I was either, fucking around playing like Apex or like just doing like what I do, which is like my cooking streams or like my personal streams or like whatever I did outside of gaming. Like it wasn't so personal. It just felt so weird for me because it was like I couldn't interact because like they were kind of viewing me as like an idol. I didn't like that. I don't know why. Like I just didn't like that. I should have probably did going into like the streaming like industry. Like I should have liked being an idol, I guess, but at the same time, like I loved the personability thing when it came to like Facebook.
This was a setup. This was the shark move.
Why?
For clarification, for anybody who doesn't know, the first time I ever met SpankQueen was on a Halloween stream, and she had on a leather cat suit. So I'm saying that
it wasn't a cat suit; it was a SWAT outfit. Thank you very much.
Man, it was a leather cat suit. I'm saying, as a logical thinking person, when I see it, I can think of like this is the Eartha Kitt this is the traditional Catwoman. Like she just think black and leather, like it's about as black and leather as you can get. You know what I'm saying? That to say, like, that's my question to female content creators, because I see it on Twitter a lot, and I be like trying not to comment because I don't want to get canceled. It's like the reality is, you somebody's internet girlfriend in India, in the South China Sea, in Los Angeles, in New Orleans, in New York, somewhere everywhere. Like even if Jim is like in the background dancing, like they green screen him out in their mind, and you just there.
Listen, when we first met, it was like a total mistake. Okay, so let me clarify this with you, Buddha. Okay, I remember I was playing a game with like Bleed's group, okay, like with the fan band. We was playing a game, and then I said, okay, I'm finna go to the club. It's Halloween night. I'm gonna go to the club. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna go to the club. I'm gonna be in a costume, whatever. When I get back, are y'all gonna be still online? And Bleed was like, oh, I'm gonna have this party. I'm gonna have a Discord party. It's gonna be a costume party. And I was like, okay, bet. So I went to the club and I came back. I seen Bleed on Discord, and I said, oh, you still having this party? He was, join up on this call. So when I joined up, that was when I was still in costume, fresh from the club.
Everybody was in costume on that stream. Y'all had costume on there. Everybody was looking crazy. But it's to say, I think I first heard of you from Ghost though. Before then I had like Ghost had talked about you before.
Oh yeah,
because like
Ghost, yeah.
Look, if there is a female Asian content creator that has talent, Ghost knows you. Like I used to have like bloodhounds that I'm like, sniff out some talent, man. Like let me show me some people that can do some stuff. Like, and my team would go find people, man. Like that's one thing that me and Bleed had. We could find talent, bro. Like we was like some literally like hunting dogs.
Yeah, Ghost found me whenever I was doing my I was doing like a stream where I had first put up my goal to create my first built PC. Cause I was streaming off of a beat up MacBook.
De Leon.
I was fanning it with like the styrofoam fans.
No.
It was always overheating. I was using Streamlabs because that was the only thing that would work on a Mac. I was using Streamlabs. I was using a beat up fan. I was playing Apex to where like I was sitting on my bed and I had like my laptop stacked on books for people to see me on my bed playing Apex. Like it was very humble.
Bro, them starter screens was
it was so humble.
I still got pictures. I be posting every time the memory. I be reposting it for people to say like, dog, like this is where I started. I got my desk for $20 off of Facebook Marketplace, and it was like this lady from like Eastern Europe whose desk like like I swear to God, she was like this lady barely spoke English, and I got my desk from her and I painted it. That's how I started.
Yeah, it was so terrible like when I started, and even like let's just say like I had like a new follower like whenever I was starting to stream, like Jim would Jim would be the one fanning the laptop for me while I responded.
Shout out to Jim, man. Jim's solid.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah, he was the one that was fanning in the back.
I gotta say this publicly. This could be a real. Jim is one of the only significant others to a content creator that's not weird. I'm telling you.
Well, let's fucking go, y'all. Let's go. Wait,
I'm saying like I say that because like most people that have a significant other that's a content creator are like they just be weird, man. Like they just do too much, and they make it bad for the content creator, and they make it hard. I could name some people, but I don't want to put them in that spot. it's some people that they significant others single-handedly sabotage a lot of the content that they have because you gotta let your person do what they gotta do. So like if you're somebody's idol somewhere, he has to let you be that because they're gonna think that whether they're not, like that's just how this thing goes. And I used to I joke with Goldie, right? I'm like because I be messing with Goat because I'm like, yeah, how many girlfriends you got in the chat, man? Like because you might not think you're that, but to somebody you are like their internet boyfriend. And in IRL, that would be like all the old ladies that sit in church that don't have husbands. Like pastor is their boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like pastor is their
yeah,
guy.
no, the way that Goldie be talking in his streams, oh yeah.
Ma'am, miss, he be doing all the southern like hospitality talk. They'll probably be in there like head spinning, like, ooh, he called me ma'am. Like he call everybody ma'am.
The way Goldie be talking in his streams, oh my god. Like he cannot be surprised that like people might be obsessed with him.
And it's funny because like I used to mess with him because I thought it was him. And then when we got to hang out several times in person, I realized it wasn't him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this not like nothing he's trying to have happen. Like this just happened. So I'm sure it happens like that for you, that a person that don't know you would be like, no, you got to be dangling the carrot in front of the horse. And like, you really don't.
Yeah, no,
Like,
you know me, right,
People
Buddha?
got to
You
see
know
people
me.
in person so they can put it
Yeah.
really don't be dangling bait. This just how it happens.
It just happens, you know, like Buddha, you know me. I am very transparent. I am 100% me. You met me in person. I am how I am in person that I am on stream. Like it's just I don't flirt. It just doesn't happen. But like just people just come, they flock. It is what it is.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
I just be like, I don't know, like people are attracted to the transparentness, I guess, or people are attracted to like me being honest all the time.
You kind of like you like the nerdy Asian girl that play games, but you like drinking, smoking stuff, and dudes just like in their mind they sitting on their couch like drinking and smoking with you playing the game. And that's
that you know what that is literally it, because majority, I would tell you this, like I'm not gonna say it's unfortunate, and I wish like it was not like that, but majority of my audience is people drinking with me because like I do like stream at night.
Yeah, you on the late night tip that I used to be on, that I got too old to be able to stay up, because that's what I used to be, like the late night vibes person. But I mean,
yeah, like so my majority of the people that really do be watching me is like people who drink with
Vampires.
me. They're like, oh yeah, they'll be like, oh man, I just got off of work, and I'm like, all right,
They
cool.
vamping.
Like I'm having a cold one too, so am I. So like
you
yeah,
people's
like
cool down after a long day.
yeah, like that's the kind of streamer that I am, and I mean I want to continue to do that, but obviously like, you know, sometimes it does like kind of get overboard. They'll be like, oh yeah, take a shot.
Yeah. But then the
like,
thing
oh,
is, like, you got that
fudge.
sign up just like, yo, send me a sub, I'll do this, and then like before you know it, the night then kind of spun.
No, that's exactly. You know
That's
what's
what
funny
happened.
though, Buddha? I'm literally here today because of that. I literally was like, hey yo, subathon. I'm celebrating the fact that I already made my goals, and I'm over here sitting here having to be on for like what? Another 7 hours.
Man, you got that clock rolling. I wish I had that problem, but it's like I just don't have the energy. After I have my second kid, I don't have the energy to just to really to do that. I can, but it's like it's gonna take a time for me to build it back. And,
I don't. But like, I kind of wish that like I could be like Maggie, you know, just show up. Boom.
But I'm gonna tell you why that. I'm gonna tell you why that's not. She was probably the smartest content creator on Facebook gaming, because when we had her on the podcast, she was saying that she didn't like some of the stuff that she had to deal with on Facebook. She rolled the dice to go start trying to pick another platform to try to move her community before everything hit the fan. So it's like, imagine being like probably the best competitive female gamer on FPS and switching to a whole new platform risking it all, hoping that your fan base follows over, taking a little hit in viewership and followage to like be solidified to where it's one thing she didn't like is having to feel like she had to read every comment. She wanted to just be able to stream and people just like kind of like she can talk to the chat as one base and not as individual people, right?
Yeah.
And she rolled the dice while she was still hot on Facebook. She changed it. Most people wait till they fall and then it's like, oh, let me see if I can switch it now after I lost it. Like it takes some nuts to roll the dice before you get there.
No.
And I'm segueing that, you know what I'm saying, into something that me and Swish talked about this morning, because I got to ask you another question. We was talking about how close do you let your significant other get to the opposite sex being in a relationship, and like it was the comments was kind of funny this morning and Switch the stream was talking about that. Because I told Swish like the only people that I'm cool with that I consider friends that's opposite sex
Let me teach
is
you how
like
to
people in the
vibe.
content community.
Yeah.
And that's about as far as it goes, because I told her even that's a slippery slope, because I have a reputation of not crossing the line, and I could see if I was a single person, I didn't have kids and stuff, how easy it is for people to do that. So I told her like work friends is the only opposite sex friends that I feel like that my partner could have, only because it's like a necessary evil.
I mean,
So what you think about
yeah.
that?
I remember like early on, whenever I met my husband and everything, like we were on like the pathway of getting engaged and everything like that, because it was just like he already like told me like in the beginning of our relationship that we were gonna get engaged, like we were gonna get
So he
married,
like I'm
right? So, like,
trying
it
to
was,
spray forever.
he was locked in. Yeah, he was like already locked in.
He said go and get the tattoo.
But he did have coworkers that were females and stuff like that, and I was like, I guess like he didn't talk about them enough because like one, they were just his coworkers. He never really hung out with them. They were just his coworkers. Like it was just like nothing. Like it like on the outside looking in,
32
super
times.
safe. They were just coworkers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He never hung out with them. But when I remember, like, it was like so bad. Like, I remember like her walking into my workplace and like her going, "Oh my God, Jim!" Like whenever like he was like hanging out like with me at my workplace, he was like, "Oh my God, Jim!" And she was like hugging up on him and stuff. And I was just like,
say that part again. Oh my God, Jen, say it again.
Oh my God, Jim!
Ooh, I wish I could see, like, I wish they had like the zoom in camera. You know how like this one right here, like.
Yeah, it was
like the zoom in.
That's, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure like that's not how it played out, but that's how it played out in my eyes, because like I'm over here like like I'm over here like, who the fuck is this bitch? Hugging up on my man. You know, because like I said, he doesn't talk about her much. It was his coworker.
Let me
You
teach
don't
you
talk
how to
about
vibe.
it much. The mystery is getting to you.
And then he was over here, "No, I told you about this person. Her name is so and so. Like,
Time out.
this is my
I told you
coworker."
about her.
like he told me about her once or twice, and he was like, "We were supposed to go to her housewarming party," and I'm like, "But we never went to her housewarming party, so I never got to know her. Therefore, I don't know this bitch."
You ready to pull up?
So I was like, who is? And then I remember I had like such a huge problem, but obviously like we worked it out. You know, we're married as shit. We're married as fuck.
That wasn't
We're,
even
like,
a problem.
It wasn't even a problem.
It wasn't even,
because
at
the end of the day,
let's be honest. It could be a little insecurity thing. If like, let me ask you too: was the girl cute?
it was just like this white girl.
Was she cute? I ain't asked you what her nationality was.
I couldn't tell if she was cute because I literally, when I saw her, it was like with seething fire eyes.
Listen,
like that was the only time I ever saw her.
Every woman, look, y'all think men judge women.
I
Women
promise
judge women
you,
harder.
I promise you, the girl that like Jim's even like defending it right now in the chat. The girl that I promise you, I only saw her with seething fire eyes during that moment, and that was the only time I ever seen her in person. So like I was already like mad. I really was. I really couldn't judge her. Even though, yeah, she worked with my mom.
Man, shit, look, this is cap. Anybody in my chat, I need the biggest cap stickers ever. Said woman
get to
in
see-
2024 that said she didn't judge a woman's looks when she met
I
her.
really didn't. I swear to God, because I was already so mad at Jim with her like already hugging up on him that I couldn't even judge her.
New
You
era.
know what I'm saying? Like it was so
Let me
quick.
teach you
She
how to
walked
vibe.
into the
Zephyr.
shop that I managed. No, I promise you.
47
She
brand.
She walked into
Cowboy,
the shop.
sombrero.
I swear to God. I swear to God. She walked into the shop. I was already seething because it was just the moment she walked into the shop, it was like, oh my God, Jim. And it was like instant, like I was blind. I was absolutely blind.
Man, she capping
She
right
is a-
now, man. We can't cap in the shop. Like, listen.
I'm not capping.
You knew
I
whether
swear.
that girl on a 0 to 10 scale, you knew it, whether she was a threat, whether she was his type or something he would go for it. Not women have that radar.
Okay, well, can I say this? She wasn't his type.
Okay. All right. So that gave you a little comfortability that like you was just making a scene to kind of like set the stage for if she was his type, that's how you gonna respond.
I mean, but I'll tell you this though, 100% wasn't his type. Even if like in a setting where like I was even dating Jim and we were friends, like wasn't his type.
Okay.
But like she was only there for like a second. Like she only went there to say hi and left. No, look,
Okay.
Jim is even saying that too. Like
Alright, so-
she only went in there to say it like
But
hi.
in your mind, it was like
What
slow
the-
motion.
I'm not coming. It was so slow motion to me.
Like it felt like an hour, but it was like 10 seconds.
I was so mad. I really was so mad. But we were dating at the time. We were dating at the
It's
time.
like a pit bull. Showing her teeth.
we
and
were
shit.
we were just dating at the time.
So whatever she did that shit.
Look,
Love.
look, that
Right.
that,
She was
that
just-
happens. That happens.
Right,
man.
Lofi. You defend me, right? She was just
Oh, no,
no,
Loaf,
I'm saying-
loaf.
I'm not defending nobody. I just came in here to talk
Hey,
shit.
Loaf, if you come in here to defend, you finna get defeated today, brother.
Nah.
You
See, I
gonna
already
get
know my
chopped up.
lesson. No, look, I'm already feeling good. My girl done called me and everything, in a good mood. So, nah, I ain't defending nobody.
All right, there we
Well,
go.
I'm just
You
saying
learned
that
your
it was-
lesson
it
from
was
the other day.
so-
I chopped Loaf in half, made sliced bread out of him the other day. So he know
oh
you got
my
to tread light when you
God.
come in here, man. We undefeated for a reason.
Listen, but it was totally like so slow motion for me though, because it was like I said, he's only spoken about her twice. I see her in the shop. She comes in through the door. She only approaches Jim, hugs Jim. Immediately, my eyes. Who the fuck is this bitch?
Yo.
Like that was just it.
Yo, hold on. What's going on? Cause I
No,
can
just,
probably
you
get
need
some
to
little.
be quiet. Just listen to the story and let her go, cause I need to hear this whole.
No, but that was like it for me. Like if you were asking me to judge how she looks based on like when I saw her, because here's the thing: we invited her to our wedding.
Yeah, for sure.
She
for
didn't-
sure.
She wasn't there.
She didn't come.
No.
Ah, man, she might have been. Oh, listen, she might have really like been, thought,
But she
You
has
had
a
the
she has a whole
What's
man.
that got to do with it? She see you living
But-
good
but
and
she-
you getting treated well. Like Swisher was talking about that. She
No, but
said
like she
nobody
didn't come.
Swish
but, like,
said
I-
no. She said every woman loves a man that's already attached to somebody. That was Swish's words this morning. She said that.
Hey, I
No, but that
can
was-
agree with that. I agree with that.
But that was not how it was with this person because, like I said, it was only like when we were first started dating.
Right.
That was like so long ago.
You were seeing flames. But I
but I only
know,
saw flames during that time.
But I was saying that we were having a conversation, Love, about how close do you let your significant other get to friends of a different opposite sex? And I say mostly it's just work friends. Like I couldn't be cool. Like let's be certain. I couldn't talk to a woman IRL like I'm talking to Spank right now, being married if it's like had nothing to do with like this content situation.
No, I
It would
agree. I
just be
understand.
like, yo, like it doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? Like if we're working and we cool, but it's no reason for us to be like friends IRL. If she has a husband and I have a wife, it just doesn't make sense.
No,
If it's
the
not like
female-
attained to like some goal or something like school or work or something, this is not right. Like Loaf, if your girl, y'all have a long distance relationship, if she has a male friend that's outside of work and school for her, you got your son to be friends with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
unless they're like said the dude's like LGBT, whatever, you know,
Wait,
something
what?
like
that
that.
don't
Really?
even
Because
count. That don't even count.
But
Jim,
said,
Jim is
it's
actually like indifferent about that, though.
well, okay, it's based on
But I
like said if it's an
specifically
actual
said Jim
friendship,
is
though.
one of the only content creators, significant others that's not weird.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
'cause-
based. Oh, my bad. And I said it's based on like said how you know that person and everything.
But
Because
but at
I
this
have
stage in
no,
our
no, no,
life, like they're almost 30. I'm at my
no,
age.
but
You at the age
Yeah,
you at.
yeah,
like,
we are almost
we
30.
meet new your wife meet new well loafing your girl meeting new male friends at this age.
oh no new no unless they've been there for like a while, like they went to school together. Fuck no. Like I said, because I even have female friends that I know from the army that I'm actually like I said one of them I'm the godparent of one of their kids. So like I said, I told my girl about those female friends big
You,
time. I'm like,
and how you introduce them to that person, it makes a big difference too. Because like I'm so cool with so many female content creators, but there's no record of me ever being like a line crosser because I
Mhm.
always said that's not a that's not nothing no stripe I wanted to bear was like being known as a guy that's like the
I
for lack of
mean,
better terms the dick pic in the inbox. You know what I'm saying? Like
a womanizer.
yeah, it's
so
like
I guess it's like different because you said, Jim is like the only person that's like not weird about it.
one of the
'Cause, like,
only ones.
Yeah, because I mean, last year, like for the meetup, I even roomed with two basically single content creators, right? Like, yeah, like I can't really see them as my coworkers, like they were my friends. Like I only would room with people that I feel like they were truly like my friends, like that I trust.
I mean,
And
like
we
put like this.
and we roomed with them.
But put like this. I've met Jim in person. I met you in person, and then I'm a married person, and even with that, it's still in certain situations that I would be uncomfortable, like putting myself in a situation with a female content creator in a certain space, if that makes sense. Because even even if it like nothing happened and nothing was built to happen, just the look of how it looked is like that's kind of a bad look. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to put my person or that person's person in a certain space. And I'm gonna give you a perfect example. You know
Me.
you know Tisha and
yeah.
Tisha and Sadie's, right? I took a
Yeah.
picture with them, like I took a picture with 100 other people, and it was a content creator on Facebook made a comment and said, "Is one of them your wife?" Bro, I was so heated because I'm like, why, if I had a photo dump with like 99 pictures, does a person go pick one specific picture and say, because I had questions for the guy, and I was like, please, I want this dude to hop in Discord so we can talk. If it was my wife, what are you saying? If it's not my wife, what are you saying? You see what I'm saying? But it's literally
Damn, that's
like
crazy though, because like I guess like when you're saying that like you're defending Jim on like, oh yeah, he's like not the weird guy, like he's just not insecure about it. You have seen me take pictures with so many single guy content creators like during those times, to where it's like it's not even questionable because I guess like maybe like I make it known it's like my husband is like Jim, he's like he's in my content all the time. I talk about him all the time. Everybody knows that Jim Pants or Jim is my husband. And like when even like let's just say like I go to this meetup by myself, everyone knows Spank is married. Spank has a
But
husband.
I'm
And
saying to
even
some
if
people
I,
that's a turn on.
Yeah,
I
people
don't know, it's
don't
so
care. People don't
weird.
care.
But I'm
People don't
saying some
care.
people like how many of them single content creators that you take pictures with is really like, yo, if he fuck up, come here, come on my side. Because I have to
Like
keep
for
that
me
in mind.
personally,
Like I'm like I invite my family to go to the meetups and stuff. They just don't be wanting to go. Like if they go, they finna go shopping and stuff. They is definitely not coming to. My daughter is 8 and she's into video games, but man, they finna go to the mall. You know what I'm saying? Like
I tell you though, and I'm very fortunate. I'm gonna say this: I'm very fortunate that I've never had that happen. Like during these meetups, that like anything weird has ever happened to me.
But I'm asking
But
what
like,
percentage you think, and just being honest in your mind, like somebody like, man, look, if I got the chance to shoot, like if Steph Curry is 10 feet behind the line, like as soon as I get the green light, it's up.
I can give you 10%. 10%.
I'm probably gonna say like, yeah, very,
10.
very low, very,
10%.
very low,
Look, y'all
very
underselling
low,
the
if not
situation.
none.
Y'all,
If,
yeah,
it,
but y'all
very low,
underselling
if
the
not
situation.
none.
You
I'm
really
telling
think
you,
that many people gonna be like that? That
like
many
me and
people?
Swish was having
I
this
really don't think.
conversation,
As
though.
far as like me, SpankQueen, like if I go to an event
Let
and
me teach
people
you how to
like
vibe.
recognize who I am and like know my stream, have watched my streams, know who I am, I think like a very low percentage would shoot their shot.
I'm not
just
saying they
saying.
would shoot
It's
their
not
shot.
about. It's
I'm
not
saying
about.
it's in their head that they're
Like people who are like in their heads, like
Right.
I still think it's a low percent
I don't think it's
because
a low
they already
percentage.
know that I'm.
Is look,
I'll
been
Why?
look, Spank.
Well, why?
Look, when we was in VVS, like Spank was on Mars or something. Like she was.
Wait, come on now.
Look, I'm standing. Me and Cap is standing on top of the couches, and we just looking and laughing. Like, bro, I'm seeing in slow motion, like hearts breaking in 4K. I'm seeing it.
And
I don't know,
BBS.
Buddha. It's based on.
I
It's based on who it is. Because like I said,
But Loaf,
if
you
I
ain't
go
been
to
there
the-
though. You
I'm
ain't
pretty
been
sure
there.
nobody goes to my street. They shot
Loaf,
at me.
when you
Especially
come,
I
you
am a
gonna
girl.
see it. Loaf,
When I was in BBS dancing with no sense on the couch, like people's hearts were breaking.
this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm like the chaperone when I go, Loaf. So like Aunt Belle is like on the moon. Goldie is in the wheelchair. You know, Spank is on Mars. Like I'm watching all this in 4K, and we in the section. We got a separate section. This was like a plan for me and Trav. Like we got a separate section that didn't nobody know about, and we was like over on the side, standing on the couch, just watching and laughing. Cause imagine loafing, 250 content creators, they friends, and like this guy that's for 3 years been sending dragons in the chat, like getting nervous about meeting their favorite people. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a real thing, and vice versa from male to female. I seen some stuff, and I can't speak on it. I ain't no rat, but I'm saying I know what a person's face. Like I can see the eyes to their soul. I'm saying that in this space, that was the conversation that me and Swish was having. People minds be all over the place, like when they see somebody that and they get excited, like this person I've been watching on the internet for 2 years is in my presence, like, because one thing is going to happen: either people are going to be as you thought they were, or people are going to be completely different than what you thought they were.
Well, we did catch this one guy that was that followed. Oh my god, it was okay. So we were in an elevator. It was me, Thrive, Swish, and like this other content creator. I couldn't remember. Like I really couldn't.
Let me
but
teach you how to
we
vibe.
were like in this elevator, and there was like a guy, like following Swish. Like, and we noticed him because we went through like 2 floors in the same elevator because we like clicked on the wrong button or something. And
At
like,
all, Imani.
well, okay, Jim noticed the guy because I was lit, but like Jim noticed the guy that was following like Swish specifically because like he was definitely there as a fan. He was probably one of the ones either sent dragons her or whatever, like what you were saying. Like he was following her. So like we were at Paris. We were with Paris. Yes, that's right. We were with Paris because Paris was like, I'm gonna go drink with Swish. We're gonna go to her room and drink. And he was following them. And then Jim like pats like Swish on the shoulder, like, hey, there's like this dude you know. And then like after Jim like told her and then told me, I told Try, because we had Trife in it. We had 6 foot tall
night
Trife
was
in
this?
it.
What night was this?
Oh my god, this was like the last night.
This Saturday night.
Saturday. Yeah, so we had Trife in it.
Paint the whole picture,
with us.
Spank. This is pajama party and what's
It was pajama party.
Had on.
Yes, she was wearing a Cookie Monster outfit.
No,
I think it's more.
Be
a
more
respect
specific
thing.
about this Cookie Monster.
But Buddha, I think it's more of a respect thing. Like I said,
It
and
got
like
nothing to do with respect. Did you?
No,
were
but
you
dude,
there,
no, dude was following
like
her.
like loafing.
Pajama
Intoxicated.
party was lit.
Pajama party, swish. This the specific outfit was not just a normal outfit, bro.
She was wearing a very tight
teach you how to
Cookie
vibe.
Monster pajama, one piece. It was cute. It was so fucking cute. But yeah, she had this guy following her. I had to let Try know because I was like, "Hey, Try, this shit's happening." So Try made sure that he was there with Swish 100%, and then he also made sure that he was there with me because we didn't know like which person he was following. And we ended up seeing him like leave, but like I still don't like I don't remember to this day like where the dude went, but like he was most definitely trying to follow Paris and Swish. It was crazy. I was like, oh my god, like I didn't even realize it. Jim was the one that pointed
Just
it
think
out.
year
That
one,
shit was
the credit
fucking
card,
crazy.
the dude with the red hat.
Was it dude with the red
The
hat?
dude that was on the Molly. The two dudes that was on the Molly year two. The dudes that was in the club in VVS on the Molly. You remember the
On the Molly?
dudes that
Oh
took
my
their shirt off?
god!
They disappeared out the community after that. They knew they embarrassed themselves. That's what I'm saying, Loaf. It's like, imagine 500 people converge on Atlanta, and half of them are content creators and half of them are not. Between, I would say half of the content creators and like 80% of the people that just show up have their minds on people in a different way. Like, you don't know if somebody, like, imagine Chris Brown pictures after a show, like $1,000, and he's like grabbing the cheeks and spreading them out. Like, people have those type of thoughts in their mind when they get on a plane or they get in the car and go somewhere. So I'm saying, and me and Swish was talking about it, like, that's the mindset I have when I go somewhere of, I don't want to put myself in a position, even if nothing did happen, I don't want to look bad.
I understand that because, like I said, I done met Slay in person and shit. I met, like I said, when I met Slay and Fox and all them in person when I was with my fiance.
And they wild too.
Like I said, no, that's the thing. Like I said, we all were cool and shit. I had my ex fiance at the time. I had her with me, and like I said, I made sure that she was not uncomfortable, around another. Like I said, I'm around another female, and like I said, she don't be like, oh, you talking to this person. I'm like, no, I'm cool with these people. Like
This is what I'm saying, Lo. Put yourself in the position.
Yeah.
You're saying that. What if some girl just walk up, Loaf, and she rub your chest in front of your girl?
Oh, I'm pushing her off. I'm gonna be like,
But I'm saying, like,
Boondock,
this a star center, this a supporter, this somebody who loves your content.
I don't give two shits. You better.
But I'm
respect
saying,
my
like,
motherfucking
it's-
boundaries.
That's what I was
girl
saying.
to do
That
it.
I
It's
was
a
saying that I
tactful way to
was
do it.
like I was telling you though, right? I was very fortunate that a lot of like the interactions, if not 100% of my interactions for these meetups, was people approaching me with respect because I made it very super stupid clear that I was like super taken, super married, like my man is right there. You know what I mean?
I'm
He's
telling you,
here.
some of these guys still green screen him out the picture. Like,
I don't know. I'm like I said, if I see
that,
Spank,
look, they take the picture with
Love, like that's what I'm saying. Like you'll be
case
like,
in
"Hey,
point, case in
Spank,"
point,
but like,
I do have pictures with just Spank, but I take pictures with Spank and Jim as like I got my arm around both of them. Like I like them both. But I'm saying that's the position that I try and take because I see how easy it is to be in a compromised position based upon like going to these places. Like, I want to be the person that everybody can be around and know they can truly let loose and nothing will be taken a certain way. Cause
I guess like I said, I'm
comedy, by the
fortunate.
way, what he
You
said.
said it. No, when you were saying like, oh yeah, Jim's like not the weird guy. I literally have a picture with Try with him holding me up.
But it's try though.
But it's try exactly.
You see what I'm
Like
saying?
I
It
guess like
depends on the
what I
person.
do is like because like I surround myself with people that I know that I trust and that but I also surround like myself with people that I know that he trusts.
Yeah.
That was the main thing. Because like when it came to like the new people, it was like, okay,
it's a little weird, right?
I was
It's
like,
always
hey,
new people
yeah,
that come.
like, yeah,
And they don't know how things go, or they haven't been around it before. Because
like it was like
saying
their first meetup.
I trust everybody, and then I trust nobody. That's my 1-to-1. Like I give it the certain situations. I don't know what a person's mindset is when we doing certain things. Like year 2, I ain't gonna say no names because everybody would know who I'm talking about. There may have been 2 females that you and I know that I'm tight with that may have been having something going on in front of me, and they may have been holding on to me, and somebody looked and was like, yo, Buddha, I'm like, no, like, let's be clear. Like, I know this, like, listen, I know how everybody get down. I got everybody's skeletons in my closet too. Like it's overflowed. So I'm saying, I know what's going on. Y'all are surprised. I just don't want them to waste my drink on my shoes. You see what I'm saying?
Dude, I
So,
remember when you were telling me though, because like I think like I get what you're saying too, because you wanted to just avoid the whole pajama party in general, because you were just like, I ain't doing
I
this fucking
I was
pajama
like,
party.
I'm gonna go, I'm chilling, but I'm off to the side, like, You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you were just like, I ain't going to this fucking
bro,
pajama party.
listen,
And I was like,
dog.
you sure? Like it's gonna be fun? And you were like, nah.
But it's for a reason though.
I
Like,
know, I understand.
you,
Because like,
the last thing I need is a picture of like somebody surprisingly like see me there, and then some people start like twerking or something, and I'm on camera or video, and it's like
there was so much twerking
you
that
can't
day.
get because like my wife trusts me to go to all these places and not do nothing, and I've never done nothing. So it's like doing that and being respectful and mindful of my situation. To say if it was her going on a business trip and I seen something, I'm like, how would you be in a situation where this picture could even happen, or this video could even? And no Diddy. And I was telling the chat earlier,
no Diddy.
Spank, somebody could take After Dark and take Vibe Nation and like go back and spin it in 2 years, 5-10 years from now and say like I was grooming people or something. Like,
oh, the
because
After
a lot
Dark.
of relationships came from meetups, came from After Dark, came from them Discord parties, and you could put somebody's relationship on me. That's how the internet works, right? So like, if you go back, I'm not Diddy with my arm around Justin Bieber and Usher talking about we woke up in the bed together. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo.
Man, we ain't got none of this footage of Buddha doing nothing, because I see how easy it could be to be P. Diddy. I could be P. Diddy if I was a dirty person. It would have been easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I think
think about
like
it,
when
me Goldie and me King, like year 1, year 2, like, yo, we're gonna have an after party. Shit could just really go left really fast. So it's like let's not do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not do that.
I can totally get that, and I understand like both of y'all's perspectives. I guess like I could just only say that like I am fortunate that like none of those sussy ass things went down with me personally. And I can totally get that like there could have been people at the meetup that was like watching me from a distance that was just like, yeah, like they see me as an idol, they see me as a fan, like they're just a fan there, whatever. But to like at least like I can at least know that like I only did surround myself with people that like my husband would trust, because at the end of the day like I am a married woman, because like, you know, I only really took pictures with the friends, the homies, whatever, with you, with Try, with the God Squad and everything. Like I've known them, I've already met them in person. Like it was cool, even like during the mini meetup, because like I actually already met them during the mini meetup and everything.
That's right, y'all had been in Atlanta before Atlanta.
Yeah. We met in like Savannah, but
in Georgia, my bad.
That's all good. It's all good, whatever. But like we already like met in person to where it's like, all right, it's cool. And I actually met them in person without Jim, because like Jim had to work.
Yeah, I remember that because y'all had FaceTime me, man. 2 times I'm blocking you, man. He said I turned down a pajama party. He said I did.
No,
I was there though.
you didn't see what he said earlier. Talking about I'm gonna be what did he say? He
I
said
didn't
loaf
go.
talking about loaf line. He gonna say baby, it's all for show, baby. They pay our bills. Hell nah.
Nah, it's but I mean
Um,
in a different
but
way,
like he
yes. So
trusts, but like he trusts me because he knows that like I only had played video games with these people. Like like you said, like they were technically like my coworkers. You know what I mean? Technically, if
yeah,
we're
it's
gonna
like your work
really
friends.
really get technical, it's like my work friends. So it's
But I'm
like
saying,
okay, I'm
would you be
gonna
cool with all these guys outside of content if you didn't meet through content?
if I didn't meet them through content, I still think it would have been okay because I know boundaries.
But I'm saying like it wouldn't try friend it wouldn't be holding you up if y'all met at y'all at a job out that wasn't content.
Oh man, you know what? Probably not because he
See what I'm
was
saying?
kind of like, he was holding me up because I was the shortest person there. He was the tallest person there, like during the time, and I think
Yeah.
I think it was like
A joke,
like it was a little
kind of like a
joke
joke.
thing,
Then
but like,
two is like with your significant other knows your type. They know what you'll go for and won't go for. So like
yeah,
I
that's
know
another thing too.
if I posted 200 pictures, like I'm pretty sure my wife could scroll to the ones that like would be in my wheelhouse. You see what I'm saying? Even though like
Oh yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So it's like
I guess it might be harder for guys when it's like
I don't know.
Because
I downplay. I
it
kind
might
of
be
downplay myself.
it might
but
be
you
harder
can't
for guys than
you can't downplay yourself in person though. I'm saying
Why?
to me, I what's the right way to word it to where it makes sense? Like as a guy, me being nice could be taken the wrong way. If that answers your question to that, Spank, like it's a little different for a guy because it could be the same thing for you. You could just be friendly, bubbly, Spank, and it could be somebody like, man, really, she feeling me.
oh yeah.
I think that goes back to the. I think that goes back to the fan. I think that goes back to the fan thing though. It's like people when you go to the meetup, like yeah, you can be a cold fan, but it's like I don't know. It's like
Because
it's like you gotta just realize these are just regular people.
No, Loaf,
You
you ain't been to one
yeah,
though. You got to
like
come to one
yeah,
where
you
it's
gotta
like the
go
whole
to one,
community,
Luffy,
dog.
because it's kind of like this. They're kind of like expecting the okay, this is the Spank Queen that I've watched for like 3 years, and then it's like same Spank Queen, and that is how I am.
Oh,
Though
I agree
I
with
am
you
the
saying,
same
Brian.
person
That's
that
what
I
I
am
said.
on
I said I
stream
can't
than I
put myself
am
in certain
like outside.
situations.
Like that's
Everybody
kind of
know I wouldn't feel in a pajama party.
I hold up to that. And then whenever that happens, it's like, oh my gosh, like this is the Spank, like,
Yeah,
and then it's like
it's different. So like, Loaf,
it's so different.
Loaf, picture you know me as Buddha. You've been in the street, and you see me in person, and I'm the same way. And I'm like,
Buddha be sitting in the walls.
bro, I'm like a ninja. Like, but at the same time, I'm gonna take a drink with everybody. Like when you get there, I'm
Yes.
like, come on, love, let's get it, let's pull up, and then we take a shot of something, take a picture, we laughing and joking, and he's like, damn, where Buddha go? Then like I'll be somewhere else doing
Yeah,
the same thing.
Buddha
and I
would
just-
be literally be
Teach you how to
doing
vibe.
somewhere else against another wall. If there was
be-
4 walls, Buddha would be on against all 4
because
walls.
like I just don't. I be like to just watch the scene because watching the scene is funny, bro. Like you just like I'm like literally omniscient during these things, just watching all this stuff unfold. Like I'm watching when Ant grabbed the bottle. I said no. Then I'm watching when like where did Goldie get this 1800 from? Then look, and then it's like Trav brother got the shrooms. I'm like no. He's just like got this devilish grin on his face. Then I'm looking over. I'm seeing somebody like being heartbroken because seeing they crush like talking to somebody else. I'm watching all this in slow motion and it's like, bro,
Yeah, that's so different
it's
for
so
me.
funny for me because like I'm not really gone like that. I'm kind of just chilling watching the scene. You know,
I was over there, like Jim was like playing games with everybody. I was playing the tournament, playing Tekken on stage. I was
Billy,
like
what up?
running around everywhere. Everyone's over here.
Marco,
Oh
what's
my
good?
God, Spring!
Let me teach you
This.
how to
And
vibe.
I'm like, I don't know who the hell you are. I ain't gonna lie, I really didn't. I didn't know half the people that was there. At
Yeah,
the meetup.
that
I ain't gonna
happens.
Hold you.
People that don't,
So, like, I'm
you
over
don't
here,
even know who it is.
and
Like,
I'm
yo,
like,
what up?
I'm like,
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad.
Like, it was like
I'm going
that.
this year. I'm going this year, and I'm just gonna go be around the trusted people. That's it.
You can't do
I'm not
that
gonna-
though.
You'll find yourself but that's the thing though, Buddha. And Luffy's right. You're gonna find yourself like kind of hanging around the people you really, really know. Because for me, I think like what was it? I think I hung around with Branch has, and with Keyblade Warriors. Like I kind of hung out with them, and with Senior Couchy, like I was kind of with them. But at the same time, like I'm like that one person in that group that everyone knew who I was, and I was just like so like
dog. You get to. I'm gonna be real.
It was-
Let me teach you how to
You,
vibe.
like my aim is to talk to everybody. I don't want to just be talking to the people that I know. Like when I'm just chilling, I know like me, Goldie, and Meme gonna be ducked off like on the country shit. But when I go inside the thing, like I want to talk to everybody. It was the same in Orlando. It was the same in Atlanta. Same in Vegas. Because when we got to Vegas, like Jose was like, "Yo, this ain't gonna be like split up." I'm like, no. I said, I'm just getting everybody a little time because like we the only Facebook dudes here and everybody know who he is. But it's kind of like this stigma of like, are we gonna be like rah? So like I slowly in their own separate space talk to everybody. So like I go up talk to K-Mac, I go talk to Maze, I go up talk to Mr. Six. I go up and talk to everybody individually, kind of separate. I go up and talk to Pop. I go talk to Findler. I go talk to everybody individual. So it's like, yo, I kind of said what's up to everybody in my own way. Now I'm gonna just sit back and chill and do me, and whoever just gravitate around where I'm at will wind up being. So that's how I do the meetup, because you go to the meetup to meet everybody, so that loafing. If I go past SpankQueen's page and I know her, I met her, it's no way I can scroll past her content and not interact because I've met that person. That's one thing it does to you is people that didn't know you personally, when they get to meet you and put a face to the name, and everybody thought I was like 5'5" loaf. So when I came in, it's like, who is that? I'm like, yeah, it's like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I want to shake everybody.
Dude, Buddha was so tall.
I want to hug everybody because it's like, I don't want to be, people already have this stigma of me, right? So I don't want that to like overshadow. And I told Bleed that, I told Rival that, I told all the Vibe people, like when people I've had people walk up to me and say, man, I had you all wrong. I seen you say something one time and I didn't like you, and yo, you really chill, you really laid back. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but you have to do that. So like if somebody think that SpankQueen is an act, if they meet her and she's the same in real life, it's disarming. It's disarming. Like, yo, she's that's really who she is. She's not just putting on some front. Like imagine if Spank was how she is, and then you meet her and she's like a super bitch. Like, don't
dude,
talk
that
to
would
me.
be so weird.
I can't believe, like I said, I wouldn't believe that. Like I said, no one, like I said, talking to Spank on Discord and talk, like I said, playing League of Legends with her all the time. It's like,
Yes.
it's like I don't know, you just can tell certain
You can't
people's
though.
vibe.
I swear to God, it's gonna be some people you meet. You can say,
Yeah, no,
"What the
but Loki is at least right about me. Like, if Loki ever meets me, like, I'm not gonna be a super bitch because I've never been like a super bitch. Because even like on League of Legends, like, I've never even raged. That has to tell you enough, Loki.
Like that's the thing. Is
But,
like I don't know. With me, it's just like I can just tell people's vibe like off rip.
I'm saying it's gonna be some people you're gonna be wrong on.
but there is, it's gonna
for
happen
certain.
sometimes because, like, I mean, like, I'm not gonna say any names, but like, there were some people who was just kind of like, whenever I would come into their stream, it's like it's different. Their vibes are different, whatever. But like, whenever I meet them in person, it was just kind of like, hey, you know, like it was like so shy. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know if it's because like I said, I don't see myself as a big streamer. I've always seen myself as a small streamer. So whenever I'm like meeting like all these other streamers, it's like, you know, like it's so weird.
It's backwards
to
for me
me.
though, because when I meet
Like-
people, I can instantly see their potential.
Yeah.
So like I don't never look at nobody.
uh,
I always tell people, don't say that you're a small streamer or nothing like that, because I'm like, I know what somebody is. I know what somebody could be, right? So reason why I was asking about the Asian fan base early, just being around Ghost, like just being around Ghost, like I know a lot of Asian female and male streamers, right? That I wouldn't normally know if I didn't know Ghost, because he's always introducing everybody to everybody, and it's some females that don't have your talent and or capacity that are like have like a million followers, and I'm like, I guarantee you meet that person in person they're not gonna be as fun to be around or like the same as being around yourself. So it's like I see what your content could be from the beginning. So just think, I always like gravitated to female content creators, not because I'm like secretly like plotting. It's because I'm like, I can see the ones that have talent to be something different than where they at now. So like, just think about the original females that I was trying to have in Vibe Nation. Was like in the beginning, from the first female podcast, it was Telly, it was Chrissy, it was Power Trip Barbie, Chaos, Femi, Mickey, yourself, Lenny.
Mm-hmm.
The second wave was like CK. Like these was like all the female Paris, because I was like 100 do cosplay, Bree. Like we had all these females, and I was like, yo, all y'all got the capacity to be like 10 times what I am. But it's just like about how do you get there and still do what you want to do. So just think.
I mean,
You
and
have,
I kind
you
of feel
could,
like I am.
but why would you not though?
Fully.
Like I put it like this: take your level of quality of stream, your ability to play games, and do offline content. Which I think your offline content is more like, I think you have more talent in offline than live, but your live content is like everybody's homegirl. So it's like it can go hand in hand. What's the difference between your stream and A Morant? Other than just that she's popular, right?
Oh, not Amaranth. You talk about like the girl that does like the Bob
Yeah,
Ross
but I'm
paintings on
saying
her
like,
chest.
as far as quality wise, like you don't look at her camera and her mic and say like it's something different than what you have. The only female I see that like has quality of content that like supersedes everybody is like Avery. Her shit, I don't know what she do to her camera and mic and production, but that shit is
She
like
does some
TV.
things.
You know what I'm saying? Her quality is like, even on a reel, is like she got a 8K OLED camera somewhere with like a lighting crew or something when she doing reels. I don't know what she do, but it's like, just to say that I don't see myself as no different than a Joe Budden or
Yeah.
somebody. Like that's in my mind, because I feel like whatever you think
Yeah.
it, you could achieve it. The same way I told Loafin, you focused on retro gaming and short form and long form content. You ain't yet his type of content. Loafin never has to go live. But
Dude,
it's just you
Luffy,
gotta
all you
see
gotta do
yourself
is
in
have a
doing it.
good. All you gotta do is have a good like league game and just you raging in between and like make like 4 different videos out of it. I swear to God. Love. Oh. If you still play League
Just
the
the
way you
vet.
did, then yes. Totally. I think like for me, like I like I've always like really liked comedy form content. So like I always like to make funny videos.
But if somebody look at you, they wouldn't think that first.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like the reason why I'm like not banking off of that is because I guess like I do thrive more on the visual live content. Like with how I'm looking right now, like I have like, you know, like I don't look like a bum right now type content. And I don't really feel like I can just do like thirst trap type content. I think like I'm more of like the comedy type content.
But I'm
I
saying
think.
you don't have to
Like slice of life type stuff.
But this is what I'm saying. Like you should see that as a value to say you don't see yourself as a large streamer or content creator, but you have the ability to still be as big as those people that I name without thirst trapping. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like every
Yeah.
female that I named on that list doesn't have to. Some of them have went that road, but I was picking females that didn't have to thirst trap. They could just make content. But it's like, I know the uncomfort part is you're making content and somebody's like looking past the content, just they're thirsting. It don't matter if you put on a moon suit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just where their head gonna go. So I'm saying like, I look at the people around me to say like, I've met some large content creators, like by industries, like industry standard is 5,000 CCV is considered a large, and I don't know anybody that has 5,000 CCV. So I'm saying like we
Yeah.
all have the potential to be that, but it's just like we have to get on the path of making content that would be able to withstand that audience. So like your cooking streams, the late night playing the different games, having a American and an Asian audience mixed, like that algorithm with offline content using both Asian and American audience could be crazy. The biggest
Yeah.
algorithm is Asia. You know what I'm saying? If your stuff go there, dog, it's over with. Like you balloon to them League of Legends, like the whole eastern part of the world go crazy over that type of content if you could put it together the right way. Like, so I'm saying you should don't ever like humble yourself to the point that you don't see how big people see you as, because people don't look at you as the Spank, people look at you as like as at your potential, at your height. Because I don't look at myself as like somebody that's like super known, but it's other people that view me that way, and I'm like, nah, man, it's like I got so much further I could go with the content. Y'all just got to be able to see the vision of where it could be. And the growth between that is kind of a tough situation, like how to properly balance it.
Nah, I definitely feel that though.
Because I say the biggest disappointment or letdown for me in content has been I had a vision for Vibe, and like it was there, and watching it all, like, bro, I was like on the Titanic, like Jack going down on the ship. Like,
No way.
I'm
Nah, I
I'm
wouldn't
being
see it
serious,
like
because
that.
like we had it all, and we was like adding all the right pieces and like all the BS of content and personalities and stuff got in the way of
Let me
like
teach you
how
how to
talented
vibe.
everybody that was around in the communities is. Like, I don't look at Kai Sanat and think that Kelly Kale ain't a better content creator. I don't look at Aiden Ross and think that anybody in our community couldn't be Aiden Ross. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't see nobody
Yeah.
on Twitch that makes content that is better than what like Chibatagu put out. That's just how I see it. So it's like when I look at my own community with respect, I just see how great everybody could be, including myself. I'm like, the bridge just gotta be gap. Because our original point was the KCIP. Those people that got on it was the same people that was popping on the book that had a big following that could use that following for a temporary time to get it.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
You see what I'm saying? And they just didn't have that gap in between fan bases
Let me
splitting.
teach you how to
Because one thing
vibe.
that happened in my community to basically everybody connected to the meetup Facebook gaming is like we was all divided. If we would have all stayed together, like getting KCIP would be easy. Like, hey y'all, Spank going live tonight. Like everybody pull a tabber up. Yo, because that's what Vibe Nation used to do. We used to be like, look, we all finna raid and tab up such and such, and they're gonna get their supporter button overnight.
Right. It just takes like a couple of raids.
That's it.
Like
But
a couple of days, a couple of raids, and boom, it'll be easy. That's how it was whenever we was what was it, fucking pushing for like a supporter button or
Yeah.
whatever. Like that's how it was.
Mo, family first Saturday.
It was definitely how it was before. And even I wasn't even a part of Vibe Nation, and y'all actually helped me
But I
with
mean,
that.
but really, you was
So
though.
like it was definitely like that.
Just think, you was in, like, we was like voting in to when everything just hit the fan.
I mean,
I'm gonna be real. That was the beginning of the end of like that cycle, not Vibe Nation as a whole, but that cycle. That was the beginning. That summer was the beginning of the end, because it wasn't
damn, I
just
did
your
not want to be the
situation.
point.
It was
Damn.
it was a whole bunch of situations, because
Let
like
me teach you how to
I knew
vibe.
who I wanted. I'm like, because I was like, if we able to have so many different diverse people, there's no way we won't win. Because it wasn't from like lack of talent or like people wasn't getting success. Like everybody was
It was
getting
just
success.
drama.
It's drama. Like when you put people together and you put opportunities, like drama naturally happens. It's unavoidable.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate because I guess 17-hour live, yes. Uh, I guess like I don't know, like the way like the stuff went down, totally unintentional. It went down like, but like people,
Miscommunication though, like 99% is
was
just miscommunication.
I think it was just more like if anything, like, by the way, I mean, I don't know how close you are with everybody still. I have zero beef now. Like I think like
I don't
this
think
year.
people had beef at the time. It just was like, let me be on record saying it was no one person's fault. It was what always happens when you mix. Like, I put it like this: it don't matter if it's sports, if it's music, if it's content. When you add in new relationships to anything that involves people, some relationships are gonna go up and some are gonna go down, and it's no way to right the ship in the storm. Like Drake and Future, Metro, all that is over a woman. You see what I'm saying? Like the richest, most influential, most powerful hip hop artists in the world are at odds over a woman. A woman that none of them are probably still dating, that any of them have feelings or children with. It's just over a woman. Simply that. Like, not to disrespect her, but I'm saying, like, this happens, right?
Let me teach you how to vibe.
So
Mm,
you put that in content with CCV, with clout, with people wanting to be attached to their new relationships, with the relationships that are going to go up in form, the ones that are going to fall. I made it my personal business that everybody involved in any of these situations, that I met them personally, pulled them to the side, and had conversations to let everybody know. I was only frustrated with the whole situation because I'm not fucking on nobody. I'm not in a
yeah.
relationship with nobody. I'm not in nobody's inbox. I'm not even aware of a lot of things that go on. And I was being dragged into a lot of stuff that had to do with people's physical relationships and me just being like kept in the center of it, and I just wanted out. And that's what happened to Vibe. Was it was too much of that because X was going through it, Goldie was going through it, Bleed was going through it. It was a lot of people going through it. Paris was going through it. In all these situations, I'm like, why, if I'm like everybody's person to come talk to, don't y'all just come talk to me before it hits the fan and we can fix it? But in reality,
But
like,
because you were like the person that brought Vibe together,
yes,
that's
but
why.
it's like I didn't get a chance to like make the decisions that would have made everything so simple. And I'm sitting here having that information and the knowledge to stop certain stuff. And when it just hit the fan, I literally just said, fuck it, like just let it just burn because I can't stop it at this point. And it was frustrating because of all the opportunities that everybody thrown away. Imagine if none of that ever happened, where you would be content wise if we all, like, from the God Squad to Vibe Nation to everybody that was connected, how much we all could have helped each other throughout these last couple years of tough content, where
Mhm.
people was like, I want to sub Spank, but I want to sub this person. I just won't comment in both their chats. I'll just lurk. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happens where people don't feel confident that if they think it's a rift between you and me, like even right now, I'm gonna just create a situation. If me, you, and Loaf is on and somebody thinks that all three of us are at odds, Loaf's people won't watch Spank thinking that they ain't getting along, or my people won't watch Loaf thinking that me ain't. So 30%, 40% of the fan base just don't want to watch because they don't want to feel like they like splitting hairs.
Yeah.
That's tough, right? Like, the community is too small. So I like Spank, so I'm gonna ride with Spank. I'm gonna just unfollow the other people and just hide my head. So even the way the internet works, me and you could like say, yo, we good. You and Loaf could say, yo, we good. Me and Loaf could say we good. The people still won't come around because
Yeah.
like once they gone, they gone. Like, even if we've publicly said, yo, we care about each other, we love each other, there's no big to do, people will never come back from that.
I feel like maybe even like despite like all that stuff that was happening, I feel like I kind of benefited from it because at the end of the day, like we all we all came out with it. It was all like kind of like resolved, and like I came out as kind of like a neutral base. because like
What up,
people
though?
still like came in like, hey, I came in from Buddhist community. Hey, we're from the Fan Bam. Hey, like we're from like Mickey's like, like you know what I'm saying? Like people kind of still like show love regardless, because like one, like I'm gonna say right now, it's been years, right? I'm 30. I'm about to be 30, so fuck it, whatever. I have no regrets of saying whatever I'm about to say, but like at the end of the day, like we didn't take it public. We were trying to take care of it in the back end, behind the scenes type shit. And that was like really mature, you know what I'm saying? For our parts to not like call each other out on it, whatever. Like we still continue to create content, we still continue to stream, we still continue to do whatever we were doing without like having to air that shit out. Which that was like so like I guess like from like seeing the drama that I have seen on Facebook and like how like involved people were in, I was just kind of like really like thankful that like none of like the stuff was like like totally aired out, because I don't know how like things would have been, you know, because at the end of the day it's like no one knew what happened. No one, and if anybody that did knew what happened, gave the respect to not even say anything about it, like even in
Yeah.
public as well. Like that shit was dope as fuck for me, because it was like, oh gosh, like I can confidently still do my streams, do my lives, do the thing that I've always done, which I mean, it's working for me here. You know what I'm saying? It's working for me.
Yeah.
No one can really talk shit about it. It is what it is, and like it was just kind of like a recent revelation, because I was literally talking to Bleed like 2 days ago
That's dope.
and we were talking about it. So when we talked about it, it was just like he apologized to Jim. Like it was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like it was like a whole thing, and it was just like, oh my gosh, like we're so grown. Like I don't know what it
Yeah.
was, but
I
it
mean,
was just
I'm gonna tell
it
you
was,
like
it was
my
so
only
nice.
my only setback was I was like trying to do all that from the beginning, and I took the biggest hit of a lot of people throughout those situations, and I was like, man, I unfairly like from the Goldie situation to that situation to like a lot of situations, I was like, man, I call hell about all this stuff because of my unwillingness to just be like, yo, it's this person's fault or this. I'm like, it don't work that way. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
bet you were just so in the middle of it.
and like the whole point was like the whole time I was just trying to get out of the way and be like, look, everybody gotta. I can't play middleman because I had just had another kid that's like, I can't play middleman to everybody's situations. Y'all gotta work that shit out on y'all own. I can't be in the middle of it and not rock with everybody. And what ultimately wound up happening is a lot of people backed up from me because I couldn't fix it. But I was like, nobody gave me the opportunity to fix it when this, you know, I got this thing from my dad is always like, you can't ask about a situation, and if you ain't in a position to fix it, and then everybody problems ain't your problems. So people looked at it when I just said, yo, it ain't my situation. People looked at it as if like, well, the hell with you too. And I'm like, well, I'm the one person in this situation that like, I have no blood on my hands whatsoever, but I wind up ending up like covered in blood by the time it was all over with. And I was just like, yo, this is so unfair, because I had people that unfollowed and unsub from the Goldie situation. And I'm like, he wasn't even wrong. It just was a situation where somebody got their feelings hurt. In the situation with Bleed, it's a lot of the fan bam that stopped rocking with me because they felt like I could have done more. But I'm like, in the position I was in, what could I do? The same with X's people, the same with what's my boy Viz, all these different. I can't help. I can't do nothing about none of that. Like Savage went under like the situation with Lenny, like all these situations with people that was around me that wound up disappearing. They people left along with it, feeling as if like it's something else I could have done to keep this all from happening. And I'm like, it just really wasn't. Even on your end, like I never not came to your streams. I never not went to Bleed streams. I never not went to this person's streams. Even when I met, like the next time I seen Paris, even though what she did hurt me. It threw a lot of dirt on me personally. But I just told her, like, I understand you was upset and people do shit when they hurt. And we cool. We good from that. Like, at the moment, like, when we met in person, that was the first person I went and talked to. Because I was like, that frustration put me in a bad spot. Because I don't know if you ever heard that recorded phone call, but
Oh,
huh?
me and Paris
You
me and
heard it,
Paris were
right?
pretty
And
close.
I'm like, when it was all
Yeah.
done, I'm like, yo, I'm looking at everybody involved. Like, why hasn't nobody called me to talk to me? Like, people are saying I have something to do with any of this, and I'm like completely oblivious to it.
Yeah, I was sent that voice thing or whatever,
And
then
I'm you heard it, and you probably one of the only people that's heard it. I can say
yeah.
without saying, I'm like, I could show you the text thread. Like, when did this ever come up that I was going to do anything to anybody? My words was, man, that ain't my fight. That's between y'all. And y'all ain't gonna allow me to
Yeah.
fix it. So it's up. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do with it, because y'all ain't interested in rectifying the situation. Because I
Yeah.
asked her, if this person apologized to you, can we move forward? The answer was, hell nah. Crash and burn, fuck it. Crash out. And I'm like, well, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I supposed to do at this
'Cause-
point? You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because like I think it was just because like, okay, so like from like what I remember, it was like, let's just say like it was like everybody in a room, you was just against the wall. You know what I mean? Like
No,
in that recording,
It would
it
be
really-
more like I came in the door after everything happened, and then everybody just turned and threw their tomatoes, and I'm like, wait, like I just got here.
yeah, it was kind of like that, and I think it was because like she was trying to get you to understand that like there was like other backhand things that happened outside of the thread. That
Right,
was
but that was
Yeah,
my
and it was-
thing. Was like,
yeah.
I got the call. We got all. It was 4 people on the original call before. Like, this is months before, and I was like, yo, how did we get here? And then once I put it all together, I was like, yo, this ain't this. This ain't what you think. And then there was an apology, and then it was a, man, I'm tired of this shit. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, then it's the war started, and I'm like, yo, like, y'all can't put me in the middle of this. I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, it was
Yeah.
like the Goldie situation from Meetup 1, and I'm like, that person gotta apologize for what they said, because they tried to use me. People has always tried to use me to
Let me
attack
teach you
the
how
other
to
side, and I
vibe.
won't do it. You know, it's big content creators that want me to attack Trav. I would never do it. They don't fuck with me to this day because, or they don't like me and won't publicly say it because I wasn't gonna attack Trav. I'm like, nah, we had a long conversation and we talked about it over the course of some weeks, and like, y'all can talk it out. And one of the people actually had a conversation. The other wasn't interested. So then it became, yo, you sucking Trav dick because you won't choose. I'm like, wait, how does that work? Like I'm allowing y'all to talk and mediate this situation, and y'all to talk amongst yourself to come to an agreement. I'm not involved in this situation. I've wronged nobody, but now I'm sucking dick. Okay, all right, it's up. You know what I'm saying? So this situation kept happening. Oh, well, you ain't gonna kick Goldie out of da because he did it. And I'm like, well, I know a whole lot more than what you think I know. Like, this is a love triangle. And somebody's getting X'd out of it. You know what I'm saying? And somebody's upset. Like, so you want me to choose, like, to not be cool with him because he won't run down on you? Like, the things that were said as if like a person that got two. Goldie has a daughter and a son, and for somebody to say that it was a SA situation, I'm like, nah, that's heavy allegations. As if you ain't gonna say like, I was just mad because he wouldn't give me the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think like you just kept getting stuck in the middle of the situation,
And I was trying to get
being
out.
the person that you were, and yeah, and so like, and when people were like being like salty that you were just like not trying to get yourself involved because you weren't even involved in the first place.
People was mad.
I'm sorry,
and
I
then,
have to take a shot right now.
but I mean, that was literally like 30%, 40% of my fan base was people that loved the fact that everybody rocked with me, But then it hit in reverse when people is like, I ain't gonna rock with you because two people got into it and you won't jump in the middle and choose a side. And I'm like, that's some high school shit. Just because I'm cool with Bleed don't mean I gotta not be cool with Spank. That's between y'all. Y'all are the homies. And if you got a problem with this, then that's on you. If you got a problem with me not just like completely throwing Bleed under the bus because he going through something, then that's on you. And I got that from a lot of people because I'm like, bro, how does the most neutral, unbiased person catch the hell from every other person in every situation? And you would be surprised, Spank, of texts and stuff I got of people trying to cancel me, people plotting to try to get me off of Facebook, try to remove partnership. Even when the situation happened, it was a section of people that when Bleed lost his partnership, they felt like I should do more. I'm like, I got like a 2-month-old baby sitting in my lap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got my headphones in, listening in one ear and holding the baby in the other. Like, if he says we need to mobilize to do XYZ, I'm with it, but I have to plan to do that because I don't even have time for my own content. I was the #1 most viewed Madden content creator with the most hours at the time, and I went from being there to barely being able to go live just because the timing in my day having a new kid. And those are some things that's hard to come back from when you got people that's like silently plotting to try to get you off the platforms because you won't choose sides. And I was just like, this just goofy, bro. Like, so I think it's a tough situation because I knew what we all could have been and could have accomplished. And I had to let that go and go back to being selfish. And the question is always asked, if I could have been selfish from the beginning and only worried about myself and not a team, would I have done it? And the answer is probably, I can't have regrets, but I can say like I would have always been more focused on myself then. And just whoever came along for the ride came along. Cause
I think like yeah, Bleed was definitely talking about like how like he just kind of felt like no one really just like had their back and stuff, or had his back. Like he was alone in it whenever he lost his partnership and everything.
But bro, like
but
the first day it happened, it's like me, him, and Trav on the phone. Like, yo, so what we gonna do? And he's like, man, I don't know. I say, well, don't not put content out. Just keep going live, even if they demonetize you. Like, your people gonna support you regardless. And then it just became a disconnect because I know kind of how he felt of like feeling like, man, the one thing I didn't want to be being the guy that's always like the loudmouth is when I take a L, the world is gonna pounce on it. And I was like, it ain't really that.
He was definitely really upset about it. He just really felt like no one was in this corner, and like we were talking about that like the other day.
But it was tough because like
not to air it out, but like I mean I don't want to like put it in too much detail though, Buddha.
I mean,
like,
it's over and done with. You can just say whatever because like I ain't got nothing to hide.
I mean, I don't either personally, but like I feel like whenever he was talking about it, it was like he just kind of wanted to just get it over with.
Yeah, I mean, but see, like I never not went in the streams. I never not. Like I literally said throughout all of it, it's like, don't believe anything y'all hear out there. Like hit me up. I was just hurt that like that whole situation happened and I was hearing about everything last. I'm like, yo, like, what do people think I am? Like hearing that voice recorded phone call and everything. I'm like, why won't nobody? The whole time I'm listening, I'm in the car saying, why won't nobody just call me? You know what I'm saying? Like I'll go in streams and be like, yo, call me. And then like, I'll never get phone calls. And I'm like, how? Like when Trav went through his situation and it was like people that was happy that Trav's page was gone for like 2 months. And I'm like, LMG page was gone for 6 weeks. Kid page was gone for a month. All these people was calling me like not in the world didn't know. Like I know when Bada was demonetized for like 2 weeks and nobody knew where he was at. I knew. So I'm saying like, why am I not getting these phone calls that this shit is going on? Because like I can do something about it to where like we can fix some of this shit. But when it just went to that point, I'm like, man, I just got to step away from this shit because I got a new kid. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I just can't. If ain't nobody gonna bring it to me so I can know about it or know what's going on to do anything or get in front of it, I just got to back out the situation. And that's probably when he felt like that, and a lot of people around me felt like, yo, this dude just got ice cold. And I was like, bro, y'all gotta understand that like, if you come to me and say you got an issue and I give you advice and you completely go 180 and go the other direction. I respect the fact that you made that decision, but I gotta let you make that walk on your own, because some walks I can't help. If it's a relationship issue and I can't get involved in that. If it's a situation where two people don't want to work it out, I can't get involved in that. If it's a person that just completely hate my guts and I can't do nothing, I just gotta let it ride. And that's how I felt when I heard that. You heard what was on that recording, and I said, I didn't say none of that. And I'm like, if I heard somebody say that, if I heard somebody say SpankQueen said XYZ about you, when I get done with that phone call, I'm calling you like, yo, Spank, get Jim on the phone. Like, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to figure out this situation, like what's true and what's not true. Like, when I heard that part in the phone call where it's like, yo, Buddha is going to want to have a physical altercation with anybody, I'm like, that shit is a cap. You know what I'm saying? Like, where did this come from? I could go back and, you know what I'm saying? I could pull the thread, Spank, and just say like, I know. It was so crazy. I'm like, wait, what? All
of that stuff was so crazy because like, I mean, like I would only hear like some of the back end of it. I obviously was a part of it as well, like with like this situation, and like it would be so easy for people just to talk to me, and for me to just say, hey, this is what happened, or this is actually what I said. This is actually how I felt, because like a lot of it was miscommunication. Let me teach you how to vibe. No one was being like.
Nobody was being honest.
No one was being honest. No one was confronting. I was the only person I was the only confrontational person. Buddha, you know this. I literally pull up and be like, so what the fuck is up? Like, why are you being like this? And this isn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was the person like during those situations where I was just like, so what the fuck is up? Like,
I wanted to do that, but nobody would talk to me. And like Goldie thought it was crazy. Goldie thought it was crazy that nobody would talk to me. And I'm like, he said it's because people not ready to accept like the honesty that you gonna say.
Yeah, because like it was so crazy because like I only had done this. I remember like doing the like I woke up one morning and I was like, you know, there's no communication. I'm gonna be the one to open that communication. So like I went in looking crazy, going into the Discords, like, yo, what
Maurice,
you know
Savage,
what I mean?
G,
Like
Amber, Chad.
like I was like going in there like you know, with my guns and everything, because I was like, I know my honest truth. I know what I heard. I know what I said. I know what I felt. I know what I heard. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like going in there, like, and like people were so taken aback to where like they needed support. It was so weird. Oh, it was so weird. But I mean,
I wish I got that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like,
I know.
Like, I can transparently tell you the conversation was me and Goldie was added to a group chat and a text chat, and I was like, look, that ain't my situation, that ain't my sauce. And Goldie was like, yeah, this bitch stopped playing. He caught that was his exact words. Yeah, this motherfucker stopped playing with me for 6 months over the shit. And I was like, because I wanted to like take a step back to see what was up. I was like, now imagine me and Goldie not streaming together for 6 months was a serious issue to let him know, bro, I told you don't get involved in that. You got involved. We got to take a step back. That didn't mean we didn't talk on the phone. That didn't mean we didn't text and all that. It's just like I wasn't streaming late night with Goat during the time because I wanted to see what was up. It was some serious allegations. And I said the same way I wasn't involved in Goldie's situation because I told him, yo, that's going to lead to XYZ. When he went through it, I had to let him deal with it on his own. I was still there, but I just wasn't like going to publicly attach myself to that situation in case that he was lying and he was wrong. Bro, how could I attach myself to somebody attached to a SA situation with me having kids and daughters and stuff and being like, yo, you was co-signing it. You see what I'm saying?
No,
like,
you did the right thing though, because
I did that.
Like yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the same situation came with that. I told her, I said, his fight ain't my fight when I was talking about bleed, because I was saying that's a fight because it's a relationship and it's a fight attached to that relationship. I can't be involved in nobody's relationship fight. content, anything else, yeah, I'm 10 toes, but that his battles and that ain't my battles. No more
Yeah.
than I'm married. I can't let my marriage battles affect the Aunt Bell or Rich Black Man or whoever else I'm streaming with. You see what I'm saying? If you and Jim got an issue, whoever you streaming with at night playing Apex or something ain't got nothing to do with you and Jim's fight.
Yeah.
That's all I was
like,
saying.
Yeah, like I think like it was miscommunication, like you said, because like even like on all fronts, like on all the problems that you were going through, but like with the vibe, like with the things that were just happening in like in the group, all of it was miscommunication at the end of the day. Like if I were to
Every
like
piece
take
of
a
it.
step back, yeah, if I were to literally like take a step back and like see it from the outside within, it was literally like you know, obviously I was involved with it, but like if I were to take outside and looked at it, and it's like none of y'all talked.
But see, this is the thing.
For real.
I was the only person that was like, "Yo, hit me up. We need to talk." So it's like,
Yeah, it was.
I got
that's
this
what
from
I'm saying.
everybody. Was just I got silence, and then when I got all that silence, I could notice who was and wasn't around during these times, and I got irritated. Because I'm like, "Yo, I'm taking the biggest fall out of everybody, but nobody will talk to me." And then it just
Yeah.
snowballed to the point where it got up until I just completely stepped away from like everybody in a whole, because I just felt like, man, I'm gonna take the blame and I'm gonna be the scapegoat for everybody's inability to communicate and say what's going on, because I could have easily deadened a lot of the stuff. A lot of the stuff was very simple. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of
Yeah.
stuff was just simple situations, and I wasn't ever willing to choose sides, no matter who it was, and I could tell people's frustrations. And ultimately, Coach Clay and Aunt Bell was supposed to be a part of Vibe way before they was, but I told them like they thought I didn't. I met Coach Clay in Orlando. He said, "Yo, what's up with Vibe Nation? Why ain't in yet?" And I'm like, "Bro, like I don't want to bring you into a burning building. There's too much drama going on." And I explained it all to him. I explained it to him and Aunt. And it's like, "Oh, I see." And it's like, "Yeah, that's kind of crazy." I said, "Yeah." So I said, "I'm not trying to bring y'all and involve y'all inside of some drama. As soon as y'all get here, it's gonna be bad for the content, because I don't want
Yeah.
y'all. I don't want somebody not liking y'all because y'all being brought into a situation that's not good for. That's not good for. Because like I always wanted to bring you in, but I was like, when that was all going on, I was like, man, this is gonna be like Paris Part 5. Like it's gonna be even more magnified. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you know what I'm saying?
Like,
It's gonna be the same situation because
I'll tell you, like personally, like whenever I heard the reasoning, I was like, that's bullshit. But I ain't gonna say nothing because like I already knew like the drama that because of the drama. So I was just like, oh
it
yeah,
was all
that's bullshit.
drama.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about me knowing that.
Jim said Spank had your back the whole entire time, never lost love for you. Yeah, well, yeah, that's
But
true.
I mean, y'all could feel that when I met y'all, I seen y'all in person, it was never no different. Because
Yeah.
like I ain't on no high school shit. Like I don't gotta choose who I can be friends with.
Yeah, and then I was like, cause like it all eventually just even worked out though, in the end, because it took time. Even though like I was the confrontational bitch, I was like, yo, let's talk about it now. But no one was ready to talk about it. Everybody was heated. Everybody wanted the like I guess everyone was just it was just like up in flames. And it was like up in flames for months because like
Longer
even
than
like
months.
it really was honestly because like I was in like a whole different state. Like I moved out like right before the drama happened. I was in a whole different state. I was living on my own. I get a phone call. I'm at a soccer game with my nephew type shit. Like shit was happening. Like Jim and who was like yelling back and forth on the phone. And I was just like, oh my God, like what is happening right now? And I'm like over here in a Discord call listening to everybody apologize, kind of. I'm gonna quote it, kind of, to each other. And then I was like, I just want to get this shit over with. Because I had confronted them months prior. because I was like, you just talk to me, and it could be one way or the other. Either we're not cool or we ain't, and we'll just
And for me, it was never even. It was never even for me to say whether I was cool or not cool. I was just like, talk to me so I know what's
crazy.
going on. Cause like people was assuming I knew all these situations was acting funny when they see me or they talk to me like, yo, so you or either you lying and you know and they ain't saying nothing or you just don't know. And I'm like, I honestly don't know because I don't think anybody's gonna tell me because they know how I'm gonna respond. My response is like, man, let's get this goofy shit out the way and fix this
Yes.
so we can all eat. That's how my mindset was from the whole time. And I was like, looking back on it, hindsight 2020, I just know they've always taken a hit because I'll never
Hindsight.
be somebody's sword to chop off bleed head. I'll never be somebody's sword to cut that Trav. I'll never be somebody's weapon to hurt Spank or whoever. I won't be. They tried to weaponize me to hurt Goldie. Like, I'm not doing it because you can't get some dick from him. Like, that ain't my thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Like
it's
it was.
tough.
It was. Yeah. It's definitely like a whole like a hindsight thing. It's like. It's a shoulda, coulda, woulda situation. But like at the end of the day, shit, it's 2024. We grown. Things happened already, and I hope that everybody's cool. I really do, because I mean, I guess like I put myself in like a neutral situation. Like, because at the end of the day, like I don't want to like look back on shit and be like, because like before I even knew about Vibe Nation, because remember I met Bleed before I met you. Like before that, like I was friends with Bleed and we were pretty close. And so like whenever like all this stuff happened, like it really broke my heart whenever like shit went down. So like I was like, damn, like
You.
we was I
You know what
was.
I'm saying like imagine yours and like multiply like times 5 or 10 because these were all like we had 23 people in Vibe and then like extended family. So
Oh, okay, yeah. So
So-
like it was definitely more like amplified in your situation, yeah.
Dominoes
But like
was falling.
whenever yeah, whenever I was like, I hated that, like, whenever, yeah, after that situation, it was like, oh my God, like, I cannot believe that, like, it went down like this. Like, it was just so crazy. Cause, like, and then I even, like, cause, like I said, you know, I'm a confrontational bitch. I confronted the one person I needed to talk to, and whenever that happened, it like upsetted me so bad, and I was like, bro, like I just want to go public with this shit. But you know what? I didn't go public with this shit because at the end of the day, I knew that like we was gonna, you know,
it was
like
it sucked.
it was gonna be solved. It was gonna be
it sucked.
solved.
It sucked so bad for me because like I seen what happened with Viz. Like I don't know if you know Viz's whole situation. Like his ex was
Yeah.
like kicking every female out of all his streams, and he went from like the most
Oh,
viewed late night car streamer to like his community was kind of like torn. Then they had the kid, and then like a couple years in, find out the kid wasn't his, and he's like, "Yo, this person
oh
pretty much like
no.
sabotaged my whole entire life," and he just been gone ever since. And he might come back every now and then, but I know it'll take a long time for that pain to heal for him. Is like imagine a woman taking away every female content creator that stream with you and blocking every female in Vibe Nation was blocked from his stream.
Wow.
Do you know what I told him, Spank? I said, I know you're in a tough spot because she's gonna have your kid, but you gotta take control because what's gonna happen is she gonna separate you and ruin and run your stream down to the point where like you gonna be in a bind anyway, so you better off getting your head out the sand and just dealing with it. It's easy for
Damn,
me
I
to
didn't
say.
know that happened to him.
Yeah, I'm saying like, how can you? Because like a lot of his content after that was like pictures of the kid and stuff, and then when it came back and it wasn't, it's like this person ruined your stream career and then ruined your life.
Fuck.
You see what I'm
No,
saying?
that's
And then it was like Exhibit was such a big content creator, and I was like,
Oh,
man, you
I
got.
remember Exhibit.
I said, X, you got to get these girls under control and let that shit spiral. Them girls ran down a content creator that was making $15,000-$20,000. Yo, that man used to get like 7,500 like on contracted before he started streaming.
Yeah, Exhibit was doing so good, and I remember like I just remember it just halting. Like it was just done. Like he
3
didn't get no viewers. He would get like maybe what, like 20 reacts on a picture or something.
it
It
was
was
like
just it was so
3
bad.
it was 3 female relationships back to back to back that hurt him. It
Damn.
went from Lenny to Lynx to Power Trip. And
Oh,
between them
fuck.
3, by the time it was all over, it was just like punishment because I'm like, I was telling him when he got mad about the Lenny stuff, it started the downward spiral because he was getting mentally in his head about it. And I was like, you putting yourself in position for this to happen, right? And then
Damn.
when it started
Yeah.
happening, it's like you can't stop the train. And I watched Savage go through it, losing his situation and stop streaming altogether. I just watched it happen over and over. It was Bleed. It was everybody, and it's like I'm glad Bleed bounced back the way he did because he got so much talent. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the situation. I was watching all this, and I'm like, no, don't do this. Don't no, not this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like I'm watching it, and I'm just trying to stop it all from happening, and it was just like destined to crash and burn. And but now I'm good mentally. Like my life may turn and be something that content is a hobby, or it might be I might be the biggest thing since sliced bread. But I kind of got a mental thing where I'm focused on myself and like doing content with different people again. Because it was a time I didn't want to work with nobody. I didn't want to stream with nobody. I didn't want to do nothing because I just felt
That's
like people was always going to my detriment.
Well, I'll tell you what though, I still flex with Vibe Nation. Like I'm with it. I'm with your vision, and I really, like I said, I hope to see Vibe Nation how I saw it whenever I was an itty bitty streamer. You know what I mean? I'm still an itty bitty streamer regardless right now, but like when I talk about like whenever I first started streaming, like I hope that like you get to that motivation back, and I hope you get that. You know what I'm saying? Like I hope you get that back. Because it was, I think like Vibe Nation was such a great thing. It was just everybody hyping each other up. Because everybody like, you know what I mean? Like it was just such a big thing. Like I remember like
He gone,
just like,
Brian.
oh my gosh, someone from Vibe Nation in my chat. Like, you know what I mean? Like I want that for everybody again. I want that for you. Like for
I don't
sure.
think it'd ever be like how it was for me. I just like moved on to like my way of doing things, and it's like a safe space for me now, like getting back to where stuff used to be far as like the direction I want the content to go in.
Yeah.
Because like it mentally it was a lot draining because I told people like, yo, I had just had a kid and all this happened, and like I didn't even have the time to do my content, and I definitely didn't have time to deal with drama because I felt like I had bigger fish to fry. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you got to remember too, like I lost a lot of family members that year, probably like 5 or 10 people, and then I broke my hand, and I'm like, if I went through all that, had a new kid, and broke my hand and couldn't even stream for like 2-3 months, and it's
I do
people that's
remember
supposed to
that.
be down that's like not even popping in because of something that got nothing to do with me, like I'm good on everybody until like until the smoke clears, you know what I'm saying, and then I see what's up.
Yeah, no, you had way too much personal shit you had to deal with it. I don't know. It was like it was kind of like I
Waterbury.
kind of like everyone's mentality there was just not like grown folk mentality.
It was
Like during their situation, it really wasn't like everybody. It was just like everyone was so heated. It was so emotional. It was just so like no one could. And even myself, like I'll even speak for myself. No one could have handled how it went down. I mean, even Jim said it in the chat. He said he had to pick up the pieces for me. He had to warn me. Like he was just like, hey, something might like I don't have a good feeling about this stuff or whatever. Like Jim even warned me about it, and I was just like, nah, like it's gonna be great. Like, but I was just like,
it's gonna be great.
yeah,
it's
I
gonna be
know. Like I
great,
really
alright.
did. I really did. And then it just like it said, like you said, like it just like kind of just crashed and burned. But I just think like it was like so it was bad because like I was dealing with my own personal shit too. I moved out of state. I was depressed. I had no friends. My husband used my car for work. So whenever I was in Knoxville, it was just me in the stream. Like I didn't even step outside of the apartment unless I took my dog out to take a shit. So it was like really lonely for me. So like whenever I was attached to people, I was very attached to people. And then like whenever all that went down, it was just like, oh man, like. And then I don't know if you know about this. I flew in an IRL friend of mine for because I deemed her. I said, hey, you're gonna be my maid of honor for my wedding. And so like she came over for a weekend, and this was like literally the week or two after like all that shit went down, like with everybody. And she choked me out in front of a club, like hands on my neck and everything when we were out for a girls' night. And she the cops were there, was like, is everything okay? And I was just like, it's my best friend. She's probably super drunk. I'm gonna take her home. I took her back home to the apartment, and she's just like, we were trying to talk about it. We had a beer. I thought it was cool. I woke up. She's like packing her shit, and she's like smoking a cigarette outside. She goes, all right, I'm leaving. And it turns out like we were trying to like me and Jim. Like I guess I was so confused. I was crying and shit. And Jim was like, oh, let's go sit on the couch. Let's go lay on the couch. Like, let's go cuddle up and watch anime and shit, right? Well, Jim sat on the couch and was like, oh, the couch is wet. And I was like, what do you mean the couch is wet? Because that's where she slept. She pissed on my couch. As in, like, it was literal piss. And then she had the audacity to write a public Facebook status talking shit about she had the worst weekend ever. When I was the one that flew her out, we bought her dinner, we paid for her like low country boil and shit. I bought her shots that night and everything. Like we like paid for all of her shit, and she
Let me
pissed
teach you
on
how to
my
vibe.
Yo, the disrespect.
And it was literally like the week after all that shit went down with the other people, other
The
folks.
li-
You know
the
what I'm saying?
little
Like,
The little piece of pussy. Oh my god, that's
Fucking-
nasty.
Not y'all talking about this story. I remember this one.
Yeah,
Lovi, you remember she
that's
pissed?
why I remember this
I
story
remember
now. I remember.
I remember that shit.
Lofi, I was
Lofi,
going
you,
through it.
echo.
I remember that. That shit is wild. I'm like, at someone else's house, you wildin'.
Dude,
I don't
I
know.
was going through it because it was literally the week after I confronted Bleed on Discord.
Like,
It was the week after that
Bruh,
shit, and then
I'm
I
a-
was like,
loafing, being like an insider, outsider, when all this drama with Vibe Nation was going on, what was your personal thoughts?
I was just wondering what the fuck is going on for someone to cause so much chaos and shit. Like Vibe Nation is one of those it's one of those, how can I call it, organizations, group. Well, no, let me not say organization
Collective.
because collectives. Let me do that.
I remember, baby.
Rico case, motherfucker be tripping like. Nah, but one of those collectives that just so chill and everything, and it's like
Man,
I do remember some of that.
I caught the worst of the brunt, and I was just saying, like, I'm the one person. I wasn't fucking on nobody. I wasn't beefing with nobody. I wasn't doing none of these things, and I'm like, I got treated like somebody who fucked everybody's girl. Like that's how people treated me. It's like seriously, like that's how I got treated, as if like I cheated on, like, if that's how people treated me. And I was just like, this is so crazy, because it's like I know the look on people's face when I like came to like meetups and stuff. Like there's everybody from like the BLG community, the God Squad is looking like, yo, what's going on with them? Like, no, I'm not talking about that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And they're like, what do you mean it ain't got nothing to do with you? Like, it doesn't. I don't know what's going on.
I don't want to know the sauce, but I'm like, god damn, like, yo, it's like, who would cause something like that kind of trouble? Like, I don't
But
know.
it was a multitude of things.
There was so many other. It was like 3 different situations.
Like 10. It was like 10 backstories that revolved around like everybody, like to where you couldn't separate yourself from the drama.
It was so terrible
that
for
type of
Buddha.
shit.
No, it was so terrible for Buddha. I really do feel that. It was so terrible for Buddha because at the end of the day, it was everyone that was involved in Vibe Nation. It was literally everyone. And so Buddha was like taking the brunt of it. the whole
Dog.
time.
Like
That
you
was
gotta
the rage.
think,
While
in
he
a-
was
That was
having a
that was
baby,
true.
while
That
his
was
hand
true.
was broke.
bro,
Like-
12
That
month
was a rage
period.
period. I remember that shit.
12-month
Oh.
period, like double digit family members dead, broken hand, new baby, and like we'll just go down the situations
Not
like
Goaty in here. Oh my god.
like
I know you're like,
the situations
I know
involving
you're fucking lying.
look, situations
Goaty.
involving Bleeding Bree, Paris, Spank, Goat, Trav. I was homophobic at one point. I was a sexist. Bray with so many like different things, and it's like madden people that like, oh, you cool with Bada, but you ain't cool with this person, or you cool with this person, but you ain't. Like, it was just like nonstop, and I just like, and the craziest part about it, Spank, was like
Oh, baby, you're good.
every time I was like, why don't nobody just talk to me? And Goat Country ass over there like, because they don't want your response. Like, they don't
they don't want to hear the voice. They don't want to hear the voice of reason. Basically,
Nobody
I'm not
wanted to
gonna
hear
lie.
the truth.
Not talking about Goaty being the voice of reason. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he was like, Goaty get a bad rap. I ain't saying he ain't an asshole because he is. He get a bad. And he got a bad rap.
Not him being the voice of reason. Dude, why is he 200% on my Discord? Oh my god.
He be talking with that the low voice sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm crying.
I mean,
Like, I had to mute.
seriously, like
I had to mute my mic because I was on the phone with my girlfriend the whole time. Like, hey,
I was seriously spanked. Like I was just like devastated by it all because I was like I couldn't make the content. Like imagine like the podcast was gone, like
Yeah,
all these
the
different
podcast.
situations, and then like every year it would be something to compound on it. Like I ain't even gonna get into was that meetup year 2? Oh,
Yeah.
I lost my mind on that stuff because I'm like, man, here we go with the same shit. And I was like, it was the same shit but different. And I was like, yo, this is history repeating itself. Like I'm fucking done. I'm out of here, bro. Like I can't do it no more. Like because
Damn.
I was like, I'm not saying like I'm God, but I'm saying like I'm omniscient to all these things and watching it unfold, looking in the crystal ball, like, yeah, this about to happen. This about to happen. This is going on. People don't think I know this is what's about to happen, but yeah, this is about to happen. And all of a sudden, at the end of it all, like people will come back and look at me and say you was right. And I'm like, it's too fucking late now. Like y'all assembled the pieces for the nuke and put it together, and then like, did you not think it was gonna go off? Like it's a nuclear bomb. It's a warhead.
Yeah,
And
I do remember like coming to you about it because it was like, well, remember I'm confrontational, so I like went up to you and was like, well, is this what you really said? And you were just
Yeah.
like, it is what it is, and that was it. like that was like, boom, okay, it is what it is.
I mean, for me,
Boom, like it was so simple.
it is what it is was like, yes, this situation stopped that from happening. And I'm like, it ain't nothing I can do about it. And even if I did something about it, like it's only
I
gonna
know,
cause
and
more
it-
shit.
It literally only took me coming to you and was just like, all right, so this happened. So what now? And then it's like, okay, this is now. And it's like, all right, cool.
Bro,
And like,
go ahead.
it was so simple between me and you at least. And like, cause like, I remember I was just so afraid of like, oh my God, I was so cool with like Vibe. I was so cool with Ghost.
And then I
was
told
so
you, I
cool
said,
with
you still
everybody.
is. I was like, I said, it is
Like-
what it is. I say, I'm not going to stop being cool with you because y'all got a situation going on. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Whether
It
you're,
was so easy though,
But I'm
because
saying-
it was like, I talked to you.
I literally
Like that was the
said,
whole thing.
whether you're like Vibe Nation with the thing on your stream or not, I said you still part of the community. Like you still always gonna have my support and we can fuck with each other because like you ain't done nothing to me. That's my exact words was like you never done nothing to me. Like that's a situation that I can't do nothing about that situation. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm not choosing sides. So like that was my thing to you was like don't ever feel like you gotta be weird or I'm gonna be weird because like that ain't my sauce. Like that's y'all situation. And see, that got spent into that phone call recording that you heard, Spank. So I'm saying, how me saying, yo, that's y'all shit. Y'all didn't help me. Y'all didn't let me rectify it. You didn't come to me and let me fix it. All I did was woke up with blood everywhere. And I'm like, yo, where this come from? So if you ain't gonna like allow me to be part of like solving the issue, then I ain't in it. It's up. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do nothing about that. That's y'all situation. So I never treated you no different because I felt like why should I? Like you ain't done nothing to me. I ain't done nothing to you. That's some
Oh,
other
you
stuff.
talking about that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Oh,
it's that phone call. Like Spank know about that phone call, and she was saying that like she came to me and asked me what happened, and I told her exactly, and that was just it. I said, but the problem was nobody came and asked me what happened. I said, and it was just like bombs going off everywhere, and I'm like, yo, if y'all just tell me what's going on, I can do something. But if you don't tell me, it's no way I can know. And then Goldie, you said, man, people ain't gonna want to hear what you got to say.
oh yeah.
He always be saying it's the way you gonna say it. I'm like, but how else
No,
do I
it's
know other than
because
just being
I
honest?
feel like I'm the only person that can take your truth like dead on.
Spank took it. Pause. No
With
didn't.
with a big grain of salt.
No, she didn't though. She like it never was a situation where like even last year in VVS, like soon as she seen me, she came and hugged and sat next to me. We was we was just chopping it up.
I don't think I ever told you. Only two people that ever asked me what really went on was Kelly and Trav. Only two people ever asked me. Not even Spank asked me what really happened in that situation. I was like, okay.
But this the thing though. Even in that conversation, Goldie first words out his mouth was, "Man, this bastard stopped playing with me at late night for about 6 months." And I was like, that was his first words, but it's honest. And I was like, yeah, bro. I said, I told you what the situation was going to amount to when it happened. I was just chilling, trying to see, but I never like not talk to you or just like disassociated. I said, I did the same thing with other people that I did with you, which is we still talk. I'm still in the streams every day. It just like we ain't on the late night tip like vibing like that because I got to see what's up. And it was not
Goldie with that situation in particular. It was more like I heard it, but like
you was being a woman at that point.
Yeah,
if following along what they say, all women join together. No, you was being a woman. I know I did it, but did I hold it against you?
You didn't hold it against me, but
if I did, we wouldn't even be to this point. I promise.
But I also so when I was confrontational about stuff, I was only confrontational about the business that minds me. I wasn't like
everybody was minding.
But I wasn't gonna be the one to be
you
like.
You was standoff as hell.
Yeah, I put my hands up.
But
I was just.
I'm gonna say like somebody threw some radioactive material on Goat, and
it wasn't Goaty. For me, it was more like I heard about it. You obviously know I heard about it. I heard about a lot of shit. I heard about all these situations, but like when I heard about it, it was more like, oh my god, and then it was like, but I didn't like judge you for it, as in I didn't believe it because like
I can tell you exactly what your response was.
How was my response then, Goaty?
Man,
because if it was for real, then we wouldn't be friends to this day.
No, after you found out, that's when you really started talking. Like when you found out it wasn't, that's when you really started conversating. I don't really speak on stuff. I just like, it is what it is. But your only response, I can tell you right now, your response was like, damn, that's crazy. I already know your response. I know.
You know when people say damn, that's crazy, it's just like,
it's like, damn, is it true? Is it not? If it is, that's crazy. But if it's not, y'all full of shit. But it's like people try to like tarnish my name. Well, it's like this. When I always say it till this day, women take no harder than men. And then people first thing they say, men are unloving women, but no. Women will try to tarnish everything about you like the hard way. I'd rather you just off me at that point. Like they're like,
what they really did.
Exactly. They're like, he did this, he did. Like, prove it.
Well, here's the thing, right? Remember, I never really came to you about it because one, was I really gonna be so like pressed to have to know what the fuck really had happened? Because at the end of the day, what happened was you ended up talking about it anyways, and then I got both sides, and then that's where in my brain I was just like, all right, whatever.
And I already know Buddha was like, is he really gonna come? Me, because I wanted to see I wanted to read people and know who was who and what was what. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah,
like,
you
huh.
I
should
know,
seen-
and
y'all
I
should-
guess
you should
like,
seen
you know
Goat.
what? Was that the vibe she was giving me at the second meetup?
Yo.
Because I
Oh,
swear
yeah.
to God,
You should seen
oh
how
my
Goat walked up
God,
to
I
me.
knew it. I
Goat-
fucking knew
The
it.
way Goat walked up to me, he was like, I was like, man, I said, damn, nigga, you want to wrestle or something? I said,
I
he's
was
like,
like,
you ready to
shit.
swing on
I ain't
me?
gonna lie.
It
Hey,
was so weird.
I was
It was so
on-
weird
I was
'cause I
on-
was coming
I
up
ain't
to
gonna
you. I
lie.
was like,
See,
go, and you were just
hey.
like, dang, fuck, man.
I was always fucking with him. I said, man, Goat, like, you got
But
there ready to swing on this.
I was
like,
on 10. I was like, shit, you know, it's just a country way. It's like
a
you want to know
Mississippi.
who was who.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's like you want to know who is who and who with who. Because
But-
I ain't know. So, Spank, it wasn't like this. Like I don't know if you opposition trying to listen in, trying to figure out what was what, trying to go woo back and forth. That's just a Mississippi. Like I'm trying to like. At that point, it's like either you with me, I'm gonna watch and see how you move and who you conversating with and who you dealing with. If I feel like you're dealing with, if you exactly, if I see you dealing with so and so, they most likely you talking with them, they're gonna report back to so and so. So if
Not
you're doing
report.
that, I don't want to even be around you. I don't want to talk to you.
Oh
But
That's
my
what went on.
God.
But the whole time, Spank, you were talking to somebody who was reporting to that person.
Mm.
That's why I was
I
like,
know.
Mhm.
so I sit back and watch a lot of stuff. People don't know. I see a lot of shit.
But see, I
Oh
wish, like, I
my
wish people could have
God.
seen the conversation between me, you, and Paris where, like,
Oh,
we didn't even
man.
want to do
Yeah.
it. And was like, we ain't no, because she was like one that I said, and I said, because we're going to be used as a vehicle to crash into something else. I don't got nothing to do with that. And I said,
'Cause
I
when it
said,
came
that
Well,
was-
like,
ain't that a motherfucking shame,
saying
Cody?
my-
Because I was like, oh my God, why does Cody hate me?
he didn't. He was just like,
Nah.
all right, everybody standoffish with me. I'm going to be standoffish with them.
because I
Wasn't
started
even trying to be
that just-
standoffish.
that
But it's your
just
natural
mean-
reaction, though.
Damn.
that
I
just
heard
mean-
it and I was like,
I guess.
I said, look,
I guess
I
it's fair.
literally, when I heard it, I literally called him and said, hey, bro, we got a situation. That was
Yeah,
my word.
yeah.
I said, man, this what they saying. I said, I just want to hear from you what the sauce is. And when he told me, he has so many receipts, Spank. When people seen my reaction was like, man, I ain't worried about that shit. People looked at it as like I had chose side. I was like, nah, I seen them.
Yeah.
You were saying like these are like Walmart receipts. Do you want an email to you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are some detailed
No,
ledger accounting
I
type
really,
receipts.
like when that's it. Like Spank, I'm not a person to show no kind of inbox message to nobody about that. But that situation,
Yeah, because that's
it's
your
like,
business.
all right, bet. Like you talking about, I bet, boom. So you didn't try to take me out on a date after your friend told you like you this did that, but you turn around and talk, okay, bet. Like I
Mhm.
ignored you for 3 months after you asked me out on a date, left it on scene. Then when I finally take you up on the offer, it's like bullshit. Something back in my mind was like, you did right in the beginning. Left her ass on red.
Smithers.
Yeah, I think like
I know Spank's reaction though was like, because she came the same way to me, because she can't hide it. Spank ain't the type of person that can hide something. She like, yeah, that thing, you know what I'm saying? So when she looking at Goat like, yeah, so that thing is going on, right? You see what I'm saying? And it's like Goat is like, man, she being weird. I'm just gonna be out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's what was going on, and I told him like, yeah, people see you in person, people like get the vibes and take their own feel. And I told him to his face, I said, at like 1% of my mind is like, is it him? And I'm like, let me see. And then when I got around, I said, man, it ain't even his fault, because it was like dudes throwing themselves at him. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute,
that's
chill out,
crazy.
man. No, that's you.
Ah.
Okay, no.
Am I
No,
not
Spank
telling the
don't know
truth?
that situation. Chill out, Spank
Am I
don't
not
know that
telling the
situation.
truth?
Don't tell everybody that
But I'm
situation.
saying even the
Oh,
first
weird.
year, like at the
Oh
breakfast
yeah,
spot,
yeah. Oh man, yeah.
man,
it was some dudes, you know what I'm saying? No dick.
come
you know what I'm saying?
on.
No, yeah,
Come
no
on, we
did in
grown.
that.
And I was
It
like,
was
yo,
like,
I said-
it was weird. I ain't gonna lie.
I was like, he can't help it. So I was like, okay, I get it. And then when I watched it for myself, when I came back, people was like, yo, so you really? I'm like, man, go there and did it. I know what happened. And then I'm like, do y'all really want me to say what happened? Because if it's gonna hurt y'all, if I be honest. In every situation we talking about, Spank, if I was to tell the truth, even the recorded phone call,
Man,
the
don't
comment-
even do it.
the group chat between,
I keep telling Boo, let this shit die. Cause once you do that, it gonna
I
set
let it
fire
die.
to
No, because
everybody.
no, but like
no,
here's
if he
the thing
did,
though.
it would set fire to a lot of people. Shit.
No,
It
but
was-
you know what though? He at least was like 100% honest with me, and I saw receipts. because like I saw receipts.
But the hard part, he never got to come back from. They never apologized and said, "Yo, I was
Yeah.
wrong for putting that out there."
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Yeah,
And
so
even-
if
even
anything,
from the
like I
people
saw
with me.
already, yeah, I saw it, and you can't really. I mean, like Goaty, you're right. Obviously, the first initial thing, because like whenever I heard about it, it was like I was like in person with the person. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I heard about it, then when I saw receipts, it was like, oh. And then when I saw you in person, and you already like talked about it before, and I was like, oh, like I had already forgot about that shit. I just only remembered, hey yo, that's my boy Goaty. I'm gonna go come up to him and I'm gonna say hi to him. And when you were being like, and I was just like, damn, like that's weird.
No, it's just like a southern on guard thing. It's like.
Yeah.
Like, you had your walls
It's like a club moment. It's like I don't know if you with that nigga trying to sneak me. I don't know what you that nigga. You don't know what you with that nigga. So I'm like,
Yeah,
right,
it
I'm
was-
back in the corner. Like I'm trying to like, all right.
I normally don't try to like I have to see both sides. I've always been
I
that
get
way.
it.
Like I've always been that way.
I
And,
did the
It's
and,
same thing.
and you know me, like I'm I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say it. I am a confrontational motherfucker. I will come up to you if there's something sus, and I'll be like, "Hey,
hand me
yo,"
your little ass on top of the head.
I'll be like, "We can have a private conversation about this. It doesn't have to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, like if it was like anything that was mentioned on stream, let's talk about it off stream. Like, let's talk about it. Like,
but see, this my
what's
thing
up?
is like I'll talk about it like online. I got nothing to hide because
Well, I mean, I wasn't gonna like put
I
stuff
know,
on live
'cause
like
you
with like
wasn't
a
gonna
lot
put
of the
that
other
type
things.
of information out there. It's only gonna be
But-
weaponized. But even with
Yeah,
Goat,
it would have been a
like
1,000%
bro, when the
weaponized
time
against
happened,
me.
I was like the conversation, the thread of text of me, Goat, and Paris to that phone call to everything, every situation. I said, why don't y'all just be talking to me, bro? Like this
Let
doesn't
me
make
teach
sense.
you how to vibe.
Because I was like, yo,
Because people don't like how you say shit.
but it's honest.
Yeah, it's honest, but people like, no. I'm like, man.
That's crazy because I like how Buddha was so honest to me.
Yeah, see,
when-
okay, you probably could take it, Spank. You got the
Okay,
old,
because
you got the
I
old
like
country talk
I
too. You got the old country talk
appreciated.
No,
too.
Diddy.
Well,
This
I
is-
appreciated the blunt honesty. Maybe it is a southern thing because
It is.
it's like, okay, I get it. But then, like, obviously, like, if it did hurt me at the end of the day, you know, I had gym. Like, I was able to, like,
But
run it back and forth to the gym,
I never
and I was
did
able
any
to.
of my moves to. I purposely did everything where I would take the punishment and everybody else wouldn't be hurt.
I give him that he did. I
Because
give
like
him that
in
he
in
did.
the
Yeah, and
situation
I was
with
talking
Goat,
about that earlier.
I could
yeah.
have blasted them girls for that, but I didn't because they stopped coming around anyways. You see what I'm saying? Like I could have blasted the people with the trash situation, but they took themselves out anyways. I could have blasted like that situation with what happened on that phone call. I'm like, all I was saying was, what earthly sense would it make for me, Goldie, and Mean King to want to have a physical altercation with anybody when anytime y'all seen us go somewhere, we been the most chill people in the room. We ain't on mollies with our shirt off. We ain't chasing females to they hotel room. You know what I'm saying? Like we never did any of those things. So it's like that just don't make sense.
Man, hey, if you know, you know. I'm just saying. It's like I'm telling you, man. And then
Listen.
the Molly thing is like that person ain't came back yet.
Ever. All these people never come
Ever.
back whenever these things
I was
really
just
hit the
talking
fan.
about that earlier. I was like, damn.
Mm.
Like
Sometimes people just don't like
hey,
me.
it was a situation like this. All right, so it was at the club. It was 2
Mhm.
girls kissing, and then this streamer like the girls try to pull me in with them. I said, nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. Like
Mhm.
he looked at me was like, man, what's wrong with him? Goat. I said, I ain't got no problem. That's all you, bro. Go ahead. I'm good, cause the girls, cause like I just recovered from bullshit. I'm not gonna be kissing on those 2 girls on here. No, I'm like, no. And then another set of 2 girls try to pull me in. I said, nah, I'm good. Y'all weird. No. I'm like, I'm good. They try to pull me in like in a threesome kissing thing in the middle of the club. I'm saying, no, I'm good. He gonna look at me. He shirt off, sweating. What's wrong with him, Goat? I said, shit, you can go ahead, bro. What's wrong with him, Goat? And then he tried to.
Go, you remember I was standing there and one of them grabbed me so they could continue doing what they were doing. And then somebody said, "Ooh, you just in love?" I said, "No, they spilled my drink."
Hey, all his shit everywhere. What the fuck?
They spilled my motherfucking drink. I don't care about them. I knew they get
Wait,
down
was
like
this
that.
the
Y'all
first meetup or the
surprised.
second meetup?
But I'm
Man.
like, y'all surprised. I knew that was gonna happen. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I'm
Niggas,
in the
Wait.
whole
like, thing is, I don't know why they think like I think with my dick. No, I mean in the beginning, I ain't gonna lie. When I first started a little thing and started to get a little, I'm like, hold up now, that ain't me to be doing all shit like that. And then it's like that's why I don't deal with people within stream or either other streamers. It's like it's always gets weird.
Look,
Yeah.
I remember, and see, before all that happened, I remember a situation happened where Goldie woke up and he had a new status. And
Man,
I said, bro, this is
he
what's
hit
gonna
me
happen
up.
if you keep on
He hit me
entertaining.
up early. Spank, when I say early in the morning, my nigga hit me up, bro. Early in the morning. I said, bro. I said, what you
Check
talking
your
about? He sent me that
page, man.
screenshot. I said, huh? I
Check
said,
your
bro.
page, man. You in a relationship.
Hell nah.
Yeah, that man.
Was
man
that
was
the first meetup? Is that what happened at the first meetup?
No. This was
No,
something totally different. Somebody
This
had just
man.
claimed
Oh
it.
wow.
Somebody
Man,
had
Oh,
claimed
okay.
it.
Loafing. I
Let me
promise
teach you
you,
how to
like
vibe.
out the blue.
That
I'm
man woke
like,
up and
who
his
the fuck?
Facebook status said in a relationship.
Oh my
Man.
gosh.
And
No,
look,
it's like you know how you gotta like accept it or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like,
I
when did this
said,
happen?
man.
and see this was the problem, Spank, was the whole time I said, like, because you told me earlier, you said Bleed felt like alone, right? And I know
Mhm.
he felt like that, but I'm saying I did the same thing I did with Goat, but it just was he didn't take it that way. He was like, man, I get it. Cause I'm like, man,
Yeah.
this gonna happen if you do this. And then when it happened, I'm
Mhm.
like, we gonna fix it. We gonna let the cat out the bag in time, but it ain't even if we expose the whole truth right now, nobody would believe it.
Mhm.
And then my only problem was the next year when it was all dead, when it was brought back up, and I was like, listen, people still ain't even apologized for putting like that, putting Diddy on his head, and he wasn't Diddy. And I was like, he did y'all a favor not dropping the receipts, because the receipts would have just annihilated the people that was involved. When I say annihilated, they would have deleted their Facebook, their TikTok, their Instagram, their Twitch, everything would have been gone.
Yeah, because like, as soon as he lost partnership, like, he told everyone before he lost it, shit was going down.
But even
No
with that,
one-
I was like, just tell me what's up, because I ain't gonna use it against you, bro. But like, I'm gonna just try to help you navigate through it. But if I don't know and it just keep on, I'm like, bro, I can't do that. It would have
Yeah, I
been the
felt
same
so
way with
bad
Goat.
whenever I was
It would have been the
hearing-
same way
yeah.
with Goat. Like when we like was just like kind of just monitoring the situation. It would have been like if he would have just kept doing shit. I'm like, yo, bro, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's too much, and it's like I'm taking all the shots. So when that whole voice conversation thing happened, I'm like, what? Like, this doesn't make sense. I said, because if it was me, I would have just called everybody involved. Like, man, what's up? Like, what is going on? Like, what is this? And then when it was all over, like,
They definitely just used him as a scapegoat.
people
for,
use
like,
this
all the
as a
shit.
shield.
A shield, scapegoat, whatever. Like, the term is the same. Like, they used him as a scapegoat to just air out all like the shit that just ended up actually even happening like 2 years later.
And none of it was real. None
Like,
of
that
it.
shit was
Like, what
fucking
percentage
crazy.
of that voice recorded conversation, the stuff that happened between Goat, the stuff that happened between all the Vibe Nation people, like the homophobic thing, the sexualizing thing, all these cancel things, the scamming on Madden tournaments, what of it is actually like truth? But people like just didn't want to hear the actual facts of what happened.
Yeah.
It's cool to just believe whatever somebody say on the internet, but like then I gotta go in person and have everybody be like, yo, that ain't that. And then even me telling like both sides, like, man, it ain't no love lost. Like I still like Bleed still the homie, Spank still the homie, Pass still the homie. Like I'm gonna go up and hug everybody, you know what I'm saying? The situation with No Sense and Chaos, all these situations that's never happened from Volpixia, Amber Tries games. What's the other girl? Purple hair. Riri. None of these people I ever had any issue with. It was just always miscommunication where people didn't want to talk. Because 9 times out of 10, I was
Right.
never nobody's problem. The problem with that situation was Hollywood Cole. That's Cole. Take it up with Cole. You know what I'm saying? Like every situation is I'm supposed to like fly to Detroit and beat Cole up because he said something. No, y'all take it up with him. I did what my due diligence. I got him off the podcast. He was wilding. We done with that. But at the same time, like you're not going to weaponize me against nobody. You see what I'm saying? But people pick and choose. Like I've always been everybody's like person that they want to try to use to shield a bad situation because they know my honesty. If I just be honest, it could hurt people. But I never did that because I didn't want that for nobody, bro. Because all y'all is talented, and we could have did way more together than we done separate.
No, that shit was just so much freaking drama, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of glad that you were able to kind of like talk to us about it, though.
I
It
would have
sounded like
always
you
said
haven't
if
really-
anybody would have came in and hit me. Goaty probably one of the only people that's like, man, what happened? All right, bro, this XYZ. But really, he was like kind of in the car a lot of times. Because
Well-
when their voice conversation in Spank from the original text thread is so far off that I was just blown away.
Man.
But she did get wronged in the situation, so I couldn't be mad at her. Because me and Goat was like, she just being a woman right now. No disrespect.
None at all.
You know what I'm saying?
None.
We just understood
But
it like she
just-
being a woman. She mad,
exactly.
she finna crash out.
Man.
And that's what I told her when I seen her. I hugged her like, man, I understand you was mad. I said, you just could have got some people hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
Because it
I
was just the way that,
tripping.
like, whenever she was telling people about it, too, it was just like,
I was so mad, bro. I was
Sometimes.
like, man. Because I wasn't really mad at her. I was mad at the situation because I knew it was going to happen and it wouldn't allow me to stop it. Because the original thing, me and Go was like, man, we is not going on no live talking about this shit. You know what I'm saying? That was the first thing we said. It's like, we don't want to do it.
this is not going on the late
And
night
it went from me
podcast.
saying a relationship battle or fight where people are fucking, I can't be involved in it because I ain't fucking on nobody. And then that got turned into I'm beefing with. I was like, how did that go?
Yeah, he
Like,
definitely said that. He said it a lot in that. He
Because
said,
every
"Ain't
time,
fuck-
like, I
ain't
be
fuck-
catching the
ain't fucking you,
bullet
I
for
ain't
somebody
fucking
fucking on
fuck
somebody.
it." Yeah.
I was like,
Damn.
man.
That's
Gosh.
why I
Name
stopped
one that wasn't
altogether.
that.
Man,
That's
gosh.
That's why I stopped
y'all had
altogether dealing with
heard-
motherfucker like that.
Every
If y'all
situation
heard
was
the
some
stuff that I heard, like
bullshit.
if y'all was in the Discord calls, whenever I was in those Discord calls, whenever I was confronting everybody, it was like so. It was just like the stuff that was here. It was just so, and then
Top of the
I don't
morning.
know. I mean, who's that? Hello.
Kid from Marietta.
That's tweet.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Man, we having a real hold down right now. It's a real serious convo. But
Oh,
Spank,
shit.
if it's ever anything that you ever wanted to ask me from any of them situations, ask right now, and it's done. And it's 6 feet under.
Let me
and
teach you how to vibe.
Yeah, same.
It's nothing y'all couldn't ask me right now that I wouldn't tell you the 100% God's honest truth.
Let me
Without
teach you
holding
how to
nothing back.
vibe.
I mean, I feel like I've already gotten that from you though. Whenever I asked it, because I felt like that was just like the most reasonable thing for me to do. Because one, I was hearing it from everyone else. Okay, I just got it from everyone else, and I was like, well, why don't I just fucking ask Buddha?
Mhm.
And I did that, and it's just like, okay, like that was it. It was just etched out, burnt, like done. I got the idea. I got the truth. Everything that everyone else said did not matter because I got it from Buddha. Because I
how many
trusted
people
him
didn't do
with the
that,
truth.
though?
That's what I was saying. Like it could have been just so like easy. Like I don't know, like not like you and like not a lot of people have that mindset of why don't I just hit up that person and get it over with. Instead,
I was begging for that.
yeah.
I was begging for people to
Instead,
just like ask me, talk to me.
It's
I
just
can
a
Yeah.
newer generation. It's a newer generation, so people don't talk directly. They subliminals. They talk in subliminals. A lot of people.
It's so stupid because it's like you know like obviously I don't know if you were hearing in, it was more like he was just in the middle of everything. And
Mhm.
but it's like being in the middle of everything and then not being, because like they weren't reaching out to him. He was just, yeah, I know. Like, I guess it was, well, Buddha, you said your hand was broke, you had a newborn, shit was going, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had your shit, like, your personal shit. So I bet everybody was just like, oh man, Buddha's just dealing with his personal shit. I ain't gonna hit him up. We're just
But-
gonna have
but
to
it
try
was-
and deal with it ourselves.
But it was never like that. It was like, yo, like people was talking about it. It just wasn't talking about it to me. That's what was
It was
my
like-
frustration.
It was like, hey, this happened, Buddha. Well, how did it even happen in the first place? Ah, well.
Like I came in on the tail end of everything except for Goat situation because like they came directly to me when it happened and they didn't like my response. My response was like, okay, all right, I'll talk to him and see what's up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not in no rush.
Let
like,
me teach you how to
like
vibe.
we talk because in my mind I
I
kind
said
of
Goaty's
already knew about the
situation was
situation in
special.
the first place. Like I kind of like 60% of the stuff I knew, and then like when he dropped the other part of the ball, it was like, okay. And then and the crazy part is then we seen everybody right after that, and then when I seen everybody, it was like very, 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 very obvious what was going on. Like beyond
Yeah.
obvious, because
I
the same
wasn't-
thing happened with EP.
I wasn't there for Thursday, so
The same thing
I
happened with
mean-
EP.
yeah.
The same thing. I was
Oh, with that. Oh.
like, that happened too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was-
Oh man, you know
Go.
what's crazy? I get the tea, but I ain't in it.
Go.
You know what I'm saying? So when I
Yep.
man.
the EP shit, I said, we tried to tell him then on the spot. I said, man, come out here with us. Nigga couldn't move. I was like, you putting yourself in it, like never put yourself in a situation where somebody can isolate you, bro. If you get isolated, like you can't, like you got no allies. Like that's rule number one in war. Don't get your trade routes and your munition supply routes cut off. Like you need them supply routes to get to the front line, bro. You can't fight the war without that. He got his
Oh,
supply routes cut
man.
off, and then he got done dirty. And
Man.
I was like, Spank. It was another situation of me saying, "Hey, bro, you probably shouldn't do X, Y, Z. This could potentially happen. Like, don't put yourself in that position." And then he just put himself in that position, and like
Oh man.
like the mysterious, all the computer shit was messed up except for the TV was like,
Yeah, that was I kept hearing like it took certain people that were there for the situation for me to read the situation.
Took common sense.
And it oh man, dude, what happened to you? Oh man. Like I'm like, the only reason why I'm like so speechless now is because other people knew about it. And if other people knew about it, then other people had told them about it. Because whenever I was telling them about it, it was like I was also the one that was just like, this ain't a good situation. Like, you gotta get yourself out.
bro, I say abort mission, abort mission. My boy was like,
It was
Gotta
like,
get
oh yeah,
yourself out.
it was like, oh man, dude. But you know, like for some people, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll take your words for a grain of salt, and then later on they'll come back to you and be like, man, you was right.
but
Like you was
But
cool.
even in this situation, imagine all like what percentage of these people in content you think have ever came to me and say, "Man, you wasn't trying to like get no edge or nothing. You was just being honest." Like almost nobody comes and says that, right? Almost nobody
No.
comes in because I don't want the I told you so haha moment. I want the like, yo, did we learn and can we move forward? Because
I can't even let you lie like that.
you can't let me lie.
Boo said, I'm telling you what I'm saying Buddha did. His whole look, Buddha did a little low head grin, like, told you.
But I'm saying I didn't want to say I told you so. I was like, I
But
know
yeah,
it's about to
I'll
happen.
fight you on it though. But you did it between me and you.
He said, I'm gonna fight you.
Do it.
No, but Buddha thought I was gonna swing on his ass at first.
Nah,
time,
I didn't think you was gonna swing. I said, look at this old untrustworthy ass nigga. Like,
Oh yeah, you know.
Oh.
but it was true though, cause like I could understand from his point. Like I had took a backseat to his situation, and we were still cool. But I was like, yo, let me see how this situation play out because, like, on one hand, I felt like I seen all the receipts, but at the same time, I was like, man, I told you not going on go down that road. I said, can't nothing good happen from it, even if you innocent. It's like driving while black in the South. Like, yeah, like your folks told your ass not to be out at night because some shit could potentially happen. And this was like no fault of his own, but I was like, I felt like at the time I said, man, every situation I turn
And
around, I'm getting thrown into somebody's mix, and it ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? I was just
that's
like,
not fair. That's
but
not
at the
fair
same
because
time,
like
like we was still, he never took it personal because I never acted funny or nothing. But like
yeah.
everybody else was thinking that I was like being like a operative when I really wasn't. I was like, because really a
An
lot of it was a
operative.
plan to like not like destabilize everybody. Because
In
I'm
my
gonna be real,
situation,
huh?
like I was gonna say like in my situation, like I was already warned from like even before shit got deep. Like literally, Jim was just like, "This person will be the death of Bleed," and then I was just like, "Well, what the fuck do you mean by that?" Like I looked at him like real crazy, like so crazy, because this was like way before anything. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then he's like, "Nothing, whatever." And then like everything after everything went down, he goes, he's the one that looked down and was grinning and was just like, "Yeah, I told you so, but I'm gonna work it with you because I'm your husband." You know, like he was just, it was like, I hate like having that realization moment, but at the same time, like people have to kind of like go through it and like have to see
But
through it, you know?
the crazy part was not that person was gonna be the detriment. It was the situation. Because you gotta understand that situation started when like it was connected to Exhibit 2. You see what I'm saying? And when
Mhm.
it started, it was there. And when it left, I was like, it just never was a chance to reset because I understood the position that Bleed was in going through the situation with his situation before, being there and then coming back. When he come back, it's like you feel like you need something to be stable. You need to be attached to something. When you feel like you need something sometimes, like you'll compromise certain things to to fulfill that need. And when it happened, it wasn't that that person was this or that. It was all the situations involved. You could have took the same person
Yeah.
and you could have handled the situation differently and got a different result. But I was just saying in that point, that situation is bad for the both of y'all. Y'all need a break. And that break never happened. And when it never happened, it just crashed and burned like everything that was touched, that was connected to it. Because it set the stage for nothing to be right. Because it
Mhm.
ain't all her fault. It ain't all his fault. It ain't all this person's fault. It ain't this person's fault for taking it and running into a wall. And then in the situation, what does a person do? This first law of nature is self-preservation. You're gonna be defensive and take up for yourself and whoever you connected to. It was the same. Like I was like that doesn't that situation ain't no different from anybody in a relationship. That sometimes you're going to be defending somebody that you with when they're wrong because you can't help who you love. You in a situation.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, like even to this day, like I still didn't really, I still like, I would say like 50% of me still doesn't get it. But
What
like
part?
the part of, you know, like when you said like he needs somebody to like be attached, like he needs some sort of an attachment. Like he needs kind of like someone to motivate him, to guide him. Because like he was just kind of like going everywhere. He was just off the walls. It was just like a lot of shit happening. I think like it was just more like how things would be brought up. I mean, like I don't want to get into the detail. Like I'm trying to like explain it to where like it doesn't sound so like direct because you know they're not here
talk.
for it.
Just talk to where I understand it. Like me, I'll pick up. I'll pick up on it.
It's just more like you know when like if shit doesn't work the first, second, third, or fourth time, it should just not work.
Oh,
But then it was I was the factor of the person that was like, y'all just need to like it just needs to be done.
but see,
And then it was kind of like I was like that negative influence
okay, all right.
because I was yeah.
That's always a common mistake of if Goldie and his person he talking to have an issue, I can't tell him, hey man, get rid of her. They stay together. that woman always gonna hate me. So I never took that percentage. Like I just took it as like,
Cause
yo,
it
if
was,
y'all
it
ask
was,
me what I think,
yeah.
if you ask me what I think about it, I'm gonna say it's not a good idea. That was my thought. Is like, man, there needs to be some type of break where you can really figure out, and if you are gonna stay in this situation to actually where it can actually work. Right now, like the set of circumstances ain't to where it could work. That was my observation and my opinion. I didn't say it won't work or it will work. I just said like the set of situations that you're in right now is going to be very hard for it to have success. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because it's like you
I just
coming
kept
out of a
seeing,
bad
like,
situation into another situation that these things shouldn't be like where they are right now. It's too soon for this to be
yeah,
happening. So basically, both of
but
y'all haven't dealt with
yeah, I
Let
was,
me
things
teach
it
you
was,
like
it
how to
was,
trauma
I was
from the
vibe.
stuck
past.
in,
Like you can't be in a
yeah,
if Goldie got a trauma with a situation from before, he can't have no future with nobody else
Let me teach you how to
until that's
vibe.
resolved.
I was just in more of the situation of like, I hated being the one receiving all the information in the back end because it was like, I saw what was going on behind the scenes and I was the only one
I
that was
ain't see it.
honestly seeing what it was. If you haven't seen it, then it was like I literally saw it. So like I was like kind of made out to be like the really like bad person in that situation because it was like because all I ever did was advocate for everyone's happiness. Like that's just me
Oh,
at the end
okay.
of the day with everybody.
That was
So
a territorial thing though.
but not really, not for me though,
Not for you,
because
but I'm saying for the people
yeah,
involved, it
like
was a territorial
yeah,
thing.
it was like, oh
All those
wow. You
situations
know,
was some
like for me it was
territorial
like
thing.
for me it was like dang, that's what happened. That's crazy. And then, you know, I would offer my piece of advice and it's like whenever I would have to offer that piece of advice over and over again, that's when I was just like I had seen it all behind the scenes,
Okay.
which to this day, you know, happy as ever, so glad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like things are okay, but like I am still like shocked and surprised that it is, and it's just like, oh man, you know, and like thinking back, like a couple years back, it was like, damn, like shit was rough, because you know,
Yeah.
like I would never put myself in a situation like that, you know what I mean?
Like I ain't gonna say never, but I will say that like I didn't like for the record, I didn't want that situation for either of them. It wasn't like I wanted it just for him or
Yeah,
just for her. I was like, yo, it's just bad right now. I don't want this shit to get to where
right.
and at the
Because
time,
I had a friendship with them separately
yeah.
before. You feel me? So it was just really weird. But yeah, Jim's putting freaking words in my mouth. At the end of the day, I always wanted the best for the both of them. I
But
really did.
I
So
wanted that for
whenever
all
shit
people
happened, it
involved.
was ugh.
Let me teach you
Yeah,
how
for
to
everyone.
vibe.
Cody's situation was the same but different. This is
Yeah,
this
for
is a
even you
territorial
too, Cody.
it was a territorial situation where like
What happened?
if I can't have it, can't nobody have it.
Man,
And that's a tough thing to deal with.
it was weird for somebody to open their mouth and say the reason they did it because they felt like they wanted me to themselves. That was weird. That's not a way to go about it. Like go about doing it.
No, it was not.
Hmm.
But my only problem with that situation was it was never an apology said. That's the only thing that made me mad when they came back. I was like, yo, somebody got to apologize for that shit. Like you can't make that type of you know what I'm saying allegation or
The only apology and reason I got was that they wanted me to themselves. But yet, yo, supposedly sister, bestie, like that's
why
weird.
you had to say it like
Because that's what they said.
that. Bestie.
Yeah, man, that was weird. Sometimes me just leave that motherfucker on red. Like
I don't know. It's funny because it's like you don't want to give those people like the "I told you" moment, but
nah,
sometimes you kind of need that because it's
Yeah,
like
shit.
you gotta.
man,
Sometimes you gotta need that kind of moment because
it's
it
always
helps you.
no. I don't know. I just don't even be entertaining a lot of shit now. I know. I mean, I do apologize to a lot of people. Feel like I ignore them in my inbox, but I don't. I just I avoid
Appreciate the
bullshit. I
rag.
know you
Thank
probably
you.
could. They probably coming at like in genuine moments to ask me questions about stuff. I know. Just I'm not replying.
Mm-mm-mm.
No.
I don't know. I was sad for it all because like I want everybody the situation to work out and I want everybody to be happy. And I didn't want nobody to think I didn't want nobody to be happy. I was just like, yo, this is bad. Like this
Let
gotta
me
be
teach you
fixed.
how to
Even myself, like
vibe.
if I was involved in something or you were involved in something, I would never want nothing negative to happen to nobody's situation. That's just how I'm built. That's just how I'm wired. And all these situations was I was like, can we just fix it? Because I'm a little bit older, so I know if you don't fix it, it'll get worse. And if it get worse, like I know what it looked like now, but I know what it could look like at its worst. Like at its worst, it could like somebody could get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like in all ways, like somebody could get hurt. And I felt like people did get hurt. You know what I'm saying? And it was like I didn't. I don't want to say like I wish I could have done more because that ain't the case because I really couldn't have done more. But in these situations, I was like, man, like I knew this could happen.
You, I tell you what though, you would have not wanted to be the mediator or whatever happened
Yeah.
because it was.
Oh, I
No,
was the mediator for a couple
no.
of times.
I couldn't get in touch with Buddha at the time. What was you doing?
When?
No,
I'm gonna use
like
the
no,
restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
no, because I had made Bleed and Bree the mediator in that situation, in which I couldn't get in touch with you.
Oh, let's see. When I first heard about it was the night I was like, I drank a whole bottle of Henny and I had the costume on, and old girl called me. But she like she was like messaging the hell out of me, and I'm like, man, I'm getting ready to go to Atlanta. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, and
No, there was like I think after Atlanta.
because if it was after that, like that's when we had just had the kid,
Yeah.
and I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
have a lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
time like
yeah,
during that time.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
even
yeah.
when
That is true.
when him and Philly went live to talk about the partnership thing, I had my baby like laying in my lap, and I had it one earpiece in, and I had it down low because like she was asleep. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times like I had the baby and stuff, and I couldn't really even move. And I'm like, y'all let me know what's going on. I can listen in, but I can't talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I mean, she was literally like, this is like the first 6 months of her life. Like she, I know sleep schedule. She eating every two
Me,
hours.
I promise you, when my son was like that, I ain't gonna. I had noise going. I did that. I did that with like all my kids. I kept noise
That
going.
was a mistake I made.
Like when you keep that noise going, boy, whew, it's a blessing. They sleep through
See,
everything.
she do now, but like I
Yeah,
made that
it
mistake
took a
in the
while to get
beginning.
there. Yeah, it took a while to get there. Like yeah, I ain't talking no loud. Like some people think I mean like
It's
loud
just
blasting
some
noise.
noise.
It's just like yeah, like it can be white noise, it can be anything. Just have the TV going. It don't matter. Like long as that's going on, out light. You can knock a whole China set over. Sleep. There ain't nothing going on.
Hmm.
And they sleep a lot longer when you do that.
Yeah, they do. Cause like they don't like one little thing don't make them jump.
Exactly.
Oh, Clinton, what up? Mantis, Akeem, Sean, Twigs.
But man, that was an experience, bro. I
What?
needed that.
Like I just
I needed that, but I needed to that extent. I would say.
yeah. I think, and then too, like I tried to let everybody know that like my intention was to not be there for everybody because I literally went in the Vibe Nation group chat and was like, look, I just had this kid, my timing is off, I can't stream like I want to, I don't have time to be connected to a lot of stuff, and I was like, it's a lot of drama going on, and I'm here if y'all need to talk, but at the same time, like some of the drama got to cut out because if I do have time, I want to have time for us to get together to try to make a bag and try to like grow, not
Yeah.
always like to get together to put around some like high school ass bullshit.
Yeah, fact.
And I was frustrated with that, and
Yeah, because actually, I don't know. We need more vibe people to show up meetups and shit like that. That's what
we need more just in general because
Yeah.
like one thing that happened throughout that situation was when she was saying that they talked and they cool now, and he felt alone throughout the time. I was like, you got to go back and see these group chats where like at one point they left. At one point there's like, yo, I don't want to bring this to everybody. Everybody was like, nah, like if y'all need whoop de whoop, like we all here, we all team. And then when that was happening, and it was like we was in a position where nobody could help each other because it was like if you leave, you can't say I pushed you out, you just left. When you came back, what you said was, yo, I need to back away from this situation and deal with it myself. Like I'm in a bad spot right now, but I'll be all right. Then when everybody checking, it's like if you gone, it's almost like was in a position where it's like that what a person wanted at the time. Because I can understand it though. Like you going through a tough situation and you don't either want to bring everybody down or you don't want to feel the pressure like what everybody's saying and think about you. And it's easy to say you don't care, but when everybody is kind of in your business and everybody kind of know what's going on with you, good and bad, it's not an easy thing for a person to deal with. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when you was going through your situation, that everybody kind of in your business. Like, is it true? Is it not true? When you see somebody in your
only like two
stream,
people ask though.
when you have people in your stream and you like they lurking but they ain't saying nothing, or
Oh yeah,
they just
they wait.
like,
They wait for me to speak on it. But I'm
right?
like,
It's like, but then it's like, man, I'm so
Mhm.
tired of
that,
this. I
that
wish
mean
this
that mean they didn't really know me because I'm not gonna speak on a situation like that. I'm the let it die type person. But if I do speak on it, it's gonna be a lot of hurt people. So I'm not even gonna do that. It's gonna be people that's not even in the line of fire that end up getting hit. So I was like, you know what,
so he got the tack evolve. He got the
man.
pull out.
Yeah,
He got
that's what I'm saying.
LMG.
Like just like these things just not coming to light. Like what was it? Like in the public or whatever. Like you got people, all kinds of people. Like, man, what situation? What's going on? What's happening? It's because like we dealt with it
Right.
outside our own content. Like it was just like, oh, like no one was really wondering, you know what I'm saying? Like why I all of a sudden just was not in the discords anymore or like anything like that. It was just more like people still showed love, people still did this. No one was asking about anything. I mean, I guess I was just like I said, I was just like really glad that I didn't have to deal with that shit publicly. I already had to deal with kick beef. Like literally the moment I went into the
Not
like
kick
went
beef.
Nigga
I
had a
did.
TikTok beef.
I had TikTok beef, I had kick
TikTok.
beef.
What
Like
did
it was
TikTok be?
Man, some
oh
girl had hemmed up with racial
god.
shit. Boy, that shit was so crazy.
That shit was crazy, right? Goldie, you were there for it.
Yeah,
Goldie
I
was
like,
there for that
what
shit.
the
It was
fuck?
so dumb. It
The
was
colorist and
facts.
all kind of shit. Real like these new age came up all kind of shit on her ass, bro. All kind of different words. Isms
It
and
was
this. I was like, God damn.
that shit was absolutely crazy. If they ever
Buddha,
like
they was on her ass with every ism and it still was. I'm like, God damn, they was
Damn.
not playing.
They had her covered,
TikTok
didn't
don't play, bro. They did. I was like, damn, Spank. Spank was like, how you gonna call me racist and all this other shit? I got black friends. I'm like, damn, Spank. That's
it
like,
wasn't like
you
that. It
can't.
wasn't like
Hey,
that, Cody.
hey, Buddha, she was there. Please, not cancer. You can't say that. Don't tell you right there in the South. You don't say, I got black friends. That's like red flag. Like,
Oh my god, it was not
hey,
like that, Cody.
I thought after she said it, I thought she was gonna say, I don't see color. I'm like, damn, another red flag.
Nah.
Shit.
Nah, it wasn't even like that,
They
Cody.
was
Oh
on her
my
ass.
gosh.
It
No,
must
but
have
it
been
was
a
She's
little
a
bit.
colorist and all kind of shit. I'm like, bro, god damn.
They were okay, so it was like a friend of mine. He like jokes a lot. Like he jokes a lot. And then like I think like shit like went too
My old
serious
dude,
and went down.
little chunky dude. I can't think of it.
Raging.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
raging.
Oh,
Yeah, it
his
was
ass.
that was the
Raging Bull.
reason.
Yeah, he wild.
Yeah.
He is wild. He is
He's
wild.
wild as fuck. Like he's just wild.
Buddha, you'll snap off on him. I'm telling you right now.
Raging
That's
Bull,
why I
he's
know.
wild.
Yeah, I would have been a snapped on. I said, nah.
Yeah, so like they were like, oh, like he's your
Yeah.
uncle, you defend him, so you are colorist. That's why,
Oh,
like that's
Lord.
what happened.
Bro, they
Yeah,
was
that's why I
on
was
her
like,
ass.
oh, they were on my ass about that.
But nah,
and
but he is wild stuff he be saying though. I
he
ain't
is
gonna lie.
he is
Be
pretty fucking wild.
Hey, but
We
you know
have
that
to,
one,
like,
one drunk uncle that always kick out the cookouts and
Marquise.
shit.
Yeah.
that's the
They be
guy.
saying all
He
kind
him.
of racial
That's
and
him.
shit like sexy shit. Yes, him. Like
So
call a girl out their name out the blue, all kind of shit. That's him.
so like the situation was he was like it was a girl that was like she's completely like like everything's plastic. She got her boobs done, face done, lips done, ass done, everything. And I think like he said fuck, he said some wild ass shit talking about like But I think did he say she was like a straight up dude or something like some
Yeah,
sort
he
of
said,
a trans?
it's how he said it. That's a fucking dude, man. I'm telling you, that's too much. That's a fucking dude.
Yeah, because she was flirting with
I
him.
don't give a
That's
fuck how
right.
you do it. That's a
That's
fucking
right.
dude.
That's
I said,
right.
what the fuck?
I
That's
bet that shit
right.
was funny
So
though.
It was bro, how
It
he
was
said it. It
funny
was
as
out the
fuck.
blue. He was like, what the fuck?
but
I don't fuck a guy, man. I'm telling you, I don't fuck
but
guys. I said,
she
what the
was,
fuck?
you know, and you know, she's
When he
she's
get to
black.
drinking, bro, it's
So
over with.
she was black, so if anything, like I don't know how race I got even into it though, because she was flirting with him. And then he's like, I don't fuck
Women
with
hate.
dudes.
Women hate no
And
matter how you
then-
form it.
So as soon as like she said like she got the rejection from raging,
man.
it was like it was on. It was
But no,
your
raging,
racist, your colors. It was
you
everything.
know when that supposed to be feel like she like a teen girl get like she try to go at like the dude who alright looking, and she get turned down like bruh, like she expected like him to be on her ass like.
Yeah,
Oh
like she was
yeah,
flirting
dude.
with
She
him
expected.
hard though.
She expected that thirsty shit. He was like,
But come
"The
on, Goldie,
fuck?
you were
That's
there.
a fucking
She was,
dude."
yeah, he was just so blunt with it. He was just
Who
like, yeah, no, I ain't
who
fuck
gets
with
all
dude.
this surgery? That's a fucking dude. I said, man, this dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Yeah,
like,
and
honestly
then-
though, is he wrong to?
But but the thing is,
If
like
you,
I
if,
interact with him
promise
so
you, bro,
much.
if you sit and talk to this man, bro, you be like, yeah, he that uncle, bro. You got to kick out. He the uncle, like he pop up
'Cause
at
he
the
will
cookout.
say-
You like, man, here go this
Cause,
nigga.
Cause he will
Damn.
say like everything with his chest. He says
Bruh, he
everything
do.
with
He
his
do.
chest.
He don't whisper
Like
shit.
he
At
really
all.
don't.
You know some shit you supposed to say in your head, he say out loud.
He
I'm
would
like,
say that
bruh.
shit. Like he was, I'm 50 years old. I'll say what I want. That's how we do it in New York. Like,
Yeah,
I
bruh,
mean,
he
to
be
an extent,
wildin'.
like what he's saying is what I say and get a bad rap for.
But he don't give a fuck about bad rapping or nothing.
no,
See, me,
everyone,
I know how to say it in a way
everyone
where I
doesn't
won't
learn.
say
Yeah,
it.
you were saying in a way, but he said in a way that hurt your feelings type shit. He said
He
like on
will-
purpose.
He and you know, and then afterwards he'd be like, "Oh no, hard feelings. It's just how I say shit."
Bruh.
You know, like he'll do it like afterwards, but it's like way after. And he's always like that because like every time we would get together on TikTok, and like Cody knows this because I would invite him sometimes. He would always like he would get into our conversations, and he's already drunk. He's already
Nah,
drinking.
man.
Like so, it's like he will like when I say he says shit with his chest, like he literally doesn't.
I had
So
to
like we would
I had
always
to
have
get,
to
I had to
defend
get
him.
on him. I had to get on his at one time, but after that we got cool. Like,
Yeah.
bruh, like you need to calm down, bro. It ain't that deep. You need to
Yeah,
calm
so-
down.
Cause like you know what would always happen though, Cody, is like he'll hit me up like on my phone, like you know, cause we have each other's
Oh
number.
yeah.
He'll hit me up on my phone and be like, "Man, I really didn't really mean to say all that shit. You know, it's TikTok. Like you know how it is. Like it gets the views." And I'm like,
No, bro.
I'm like,
That's how
Brady,
he say it gets
just
the-
shut the fuck up.
No, bro, the Buddha, no. What happened was, I'll tell you what happened. Like when I get on the live, they start dropping coins. When I get on the camera, they start dropping. You don't like that shit. He's like, how the fuck you get coins? The fuck is this?
Oh, he would get so mad that he wouldn't get donations.
Oh
Bruh.
my
He would get
God.
so
Hey, you just fucking
mad.
got here. Who the fuck is he? I'm like, God damn, bro.
Yeah, he would get mad about donations, and then later on he would talk to me. Like he would only talk to me about it and be like, you know, I'm just doing this shit for fun. I got my own business. I got my restaurant.
Donations.
Like,
What?
yeah, but he really does though. He really has like his shit together. But he just literally was doing shit like for fun on TikTok, and I'm like, well, why don't you just try to be truthful for once and see what happens? Because you're actually a really nice person. Like I don't understand why like you're acting
So-
like an asshole on.
So what y'all
on
gonna do
TikTok,
about
but-
TikTok now?
I ain't doing shit on TikTok actually.
No, I'm talking about
I'll tell you-
Instagram. That shit finna be out of there.
The agency thing,
Mhm.
guys. All right. Well, I was a part of a gaming agency on TikTok. I'll tell you the sauce tea, whatever. Honestly, like they'll give you the code, and then they'll do like these classes where it's like, oh, you know, this is how you would say things. This is how you would play the game. These are the games that you could play that aren't gonna get, you know, you banned and stuff or whatever. You can't like play Mortal Kombat and shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't play anything like too gory, but you could. But like people would get like banned playing Call of Duty, right? Because it's like you'll see like some like things that could be relevant
Violence.
to like real life violence. It got to the point where like, you know, my personal coach was like, okay, I can see the type of content you do. You do like he kept telling me that I personally had to do controversial content. So like he was like, you have to get people to talk about topics that normally like people wouldn't talk about, but at the same time like maintain PG. And I was like,
said do nothing.
how the hell do I do that? And then when it came to the gaming stuff, it was like, oh man, it was really hard because he was like, you have to kind of do this to get the views, you got to do that to get the views. And it was the type of things that I don't personally do. So like the cutesy e-girl stuff, like
They want you to sit in the chair with your legs up.
it was like they saw my potential that first day, right? Because the first day it was like hype, like I was hyped up. I had done, so it was like an interview. I got prepared for an interview, and they wanted me to keep that energy up, but with no viewers, because I was like, it was like a whole different algorithm where I was streaming, whenever I was streaming like on my PC. It was a whole different algorithm. So the people that discover you is like they had to go in the gaming section in order to find me, instead of the For You page or instead of like the discoverability. And the only way I got views was controversial stuff. So like I had to talk about like, what was it? Body count or whatever. Yeah. Like that was like the only thing. Even like, yeah, and like I would get flagged. So like instead of getting banned immediately like how I used to, that's funny how I used to, but instead of getting banned on TikTok like how I used to, it was I would get flagged and be like, hey, warning, you can get banned potentially because of so and so. I was literally just streaming just normally. My roommate and my husband, like Jim, they were just in the hallway. Like I don't know how my mic picked it up, but they were in the hallway talking about midgets. And all of a sudden I got banned from my stream.
That's crazy.
On TikTok for hate speech. And I think like at that point I was like, I am like too much of a free bird, and I'm too much of a person that just wants to do what they want to do to be on TikTok. Like it's just it is not my platform. It did make me grocery money though, I'll tell you that. Some of my videos get viral on there and I make grocery money because I'm in that creator beta program where like your likes and comments get a certain amount of money. Yeah. I'm in that beta program right now. It gets me grocery money, but it's still like it's kind of unfortunate because like I was talking up TikTok, like it was really nice. It was like discoverability is awesome and everything. I got the partnership rate, like I got into the agency, and it was just not how I thought it was gonna be. It sucks.
That's
tough.
But I mean, it's a lot of stuff just like that. I mean,
it is what it is though. At least I got to see it firsthand, and at least tell you guys like how it is. You know what I mean? Because that might be how other agencies are. You never know. Because like I see people streaming on TikTok all the time, but like whenever I do, it's so like clickbait. You have to keep up a certain type of energy, or else you'll lose so many people. I don't know. It's so much more work. It's so much more work. That's why I'm like really happy and grateful that I moved over to Kick, because it was like I could just do whatever. And I have been kind of like doing that with Facebook as well. And so when I stopped streaming on Facebook and I just started streaming on Kick, like I just felt so much more better as a content creator, because it's like if people really just like rock with me and like vibe with me, like I said, like I literally just did like a subathon where I didn't really play anything. Like I was literally just talking, and it was successful. And I couldn't do that on Facebook, so I don't know. I got demonetized for just talking on Facebook. Like let's just say that. That's why I quit.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. Like I feel like everybody's kind of in that tweener mode of like where they want their content to go out. I'm putting my content out everywhere and just saying, yo, however you want to consume my content, like consume it. And only thing about that is like it hurts me in the sense of like I'm not I'm not putting I'm not forcing people to have to choose where to go, like funneling all my energy to one place, which is good and bad at the same time. On one, it would be like nearly impossible to be like KCIP doing it that way. And the other is like I'm not taking advantage of like the hype around Kick right
Did
now.
somebody hit an inhaler?
Oh,
I think she hit that vape.
my bad.
Like I'm not taking advantage of the hype
My bad.
of Kick right now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like the
Let me teach
the
you how to
jump that I
vibe.
took, I did multi-stream first though. I kind of just did what other streamers did, which is
Let me
like, hey,
teach you
just
how to
promote
vibe.
Kick. Like it's a lot easier this way. We get like 98%. You know, like it's just so much better on this other side because I'm
95.
95. Yeah. Um, because what I intentionally worked for whenever I was on Facebook grinding heavy, I intentionally just only wanted to get partnership just for gifted subs. I thought that would be so beneficial for my community, just like with how they were.
Yeah.
And I never got that. I never got the partnership or nothing. Even when I did end up getting the CCV and when I did end up getting the engaged viewers, like it just never happened for me. So I think when I got the affiliate on Cake, I was able to get the gift of subs immediately, like while I was streaming. Like that was just like a snap of a button. So easy. I was like, wow, that was it. Like this is all I wanted really. And I can actually like step up and move from there. I just thought about like the entire 3-year journey I had on Facebook, and it actually made me so depressed because I was like, that's all I wanted to work for. And it like Facebook made it so hard, and then boom, like the platform just fell hard for me.
Like I don't think that I don't think the original intention was to make it that hard. I think that people just didn't know what they was doing. And when you see it now and you realize that like they just didn't know what they was doing, you like, oh wow,
Well,
like
I had
they could
so
have made
many
that really
other
easy
issues though.
because it
Yeah, they could have.
because it hurt them ultimately.
Yeah, because like in the end though, I thought about how many issues I had though on the back end as well, like people not getting noties, uh, people unable to subscribe, people unable to send stars, people getting banned in chat for nothing. Like a lot of those things are like very like much needed whenever you want to succeed as a streamer. You need people to chat. You can't have people just being banned. If people want to support you and they can't, like it's just like man, like what's the point of like streaming on a platform that just didn't work technically?
Yeah.
And then it was causing like so much it was causing so much stress for me because it was like, you know, I'm not technical support, but I get like inbox like, oh man, it's not working, like this and that, and like I'm over here on like with Facebook support every other week, just like, hey, my community is complaining, like they can't do this and that and the third, they're not getting notice, like I thrive on this is actually my full-time job,
No,
like
no.
I can't really
I'm
like fuck
telling you
with
right
this no
now,
more.
same thing I told Buddha when that shit was going down. They don't give a fuck.
Mhm.
And then Buddha, I sit
Mm.
down with the other, bro. Don't give a fuck. I'm
No,
telling you right now.
my thing was
Once I start
I
seeing these
sat
big
down with him
streamers
and I
like not
understood.
get paid, not get this,
Look,
not get that, I said they don't give a
look,
fuck no more. They
look,
shutting that shit down.
and look, and this was the killer. When I came back from Orlando, this was all the shit that we was talking about earlier is going on. I'm like, hey y'all, we all need to talk because we mad at the wrong thing. That was my initial statement to the group was like, yo, we a little bit upset at the wrong thing. Like these people don't know what's going on. Like you can't be mad at somebody that don't even know what's happening, right? Like like you know more about it than they do. Like they kind of oblivious, and that's not nobody's fault. I was like, yo, we got to take a different approach to it. My approach was saying, yo, let's run in on Twitch, let's run in on YouTube, let's run in on TikTok, let's run in on all these different platforms and run it up while we still can. But everybody was so divided that it was like, yeah, we hear you, but we ain't hearing you. Do you see what I'm saying? And I was like, no, like this ain't the time. Like we ain't got much time left. And then it's like, nah, man, you just saying that because XYZ. I'm like, no, I'm not saying that because I'm XYZ. I'm saying like we still got a chance. Then once it all hit the fan, we're all trying to achieve the same thing we could have did 2 years ago. We trying to do it now when it's the hardest and everybody's doing it. So guess what happened? All them top creators from Twitch and Facebook basically just banded together and then went and did exactly what I was saying do, but then they got all the push and the insider knowledge. So it just put us in a spot where it's like you're trying to do something with maximum degree of difficulty when it could have been easy. Now let's just say me, Spank, Goldie, everybody connected was like, let's get everybody the verification on Kick before it starts. Let's get everybody affiliated on Twitch. Let's get everybody to Partner Plus program on TikTok and YouTube. And we all had those things when it happened, right? Like 2 years ago. What different position could we have all put each other in now? Back then that everybody's dealing with in the hardest possible time now. And then nobody wanted to hear it at the time. And I was just so frustrated, like, yo, we could have done something about it. Now it's just a bunch of people crying about something that could have been fixed on our own where we didn't have to depend on nothing or nobody. So when the Facebook fallout happened, we would have been way ahead of the curve. But Goldie remembered me trying to talk to everybody and nobody wanted to talk to me because everybody was upset over like some pussy or some dick or, you know what I'm saying? Some stuff like mad at some people that's like all them Facebook people was like loading up on like one of them little pontoon boats. They was leaving the Titanic, right? And like, I'm like, man, like the reason why your message ain't getting there because like they are getting off the Titanic, they're saving themselves right now. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, but it doesn't matter what they doing. Like, let's build our own boat and get off of here. We can make a yacht by the time this thing go down. And they never did. You know what I'm saying? So now like hearing people complain about it, I was like, that's why I was like, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Booty, you just saying that because when I tried to get us to fix it before it happened, we depending on, it's like watching a bunch of people sitting around waiting on like a savior to fall out the sky and save humanity. And it's like, bro, like, let's just get on the boat and leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, nothing is going to stop that fireball out the sky from like hitting the planet and causing the cataclysm. Like, let's get out of here. And that's why I was frustrated, Spank, because everything you saying, I was like, yeah, but like we can do something about it now. And nobody wanted to do nothing about it. Everybody was just complaining. That's like, fuck it, just let it crash and burn. So when it hit, I didn't want to hear no like sob stories because I was like, when I try to get us off the boat, you know what I'm saying, before the shit crashed, nobody wanted to get off.
Yeah, you had a group where it was like everyone was like meant to help each other to get each other up. Cause like you had a group where y'all was getting partnered, like y'all was getting recognized, like, you know what I'm saying, like more. Hold on, what the fuck? Anyway,
Hey, yo.
what? Leave me the
Legends.
hell alone. It's been my ringtone for like 4 years. Anyways,
I'm sorry.
y'all was shut. Don't call me out. Leave me alone. Anyways, I was saying like y'all had a group where y'all was like bringing each other up. Y'all was on like y'all was getting recognized. Y'all was getting partnered and everything. Y'all had the tools. Y'all had the sources to where y'all wouldn't have gotten to where the things that happen now. You know what I'm saying? Like how everything's just disbanded, broken up, separated, whatever. About dick and pussy. You know what I mean? Like what you were saying before. Like y'all
See the
had
way
it
she
and
said?
I've been.
She said this is so fast.
That's what she did.
What?
I'm sorry.
What did I say?
Nothing. Just go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nah, not at y'all with your inside jokes. I'm here in the Discord.
It wasn't an inside joke. I said just the way you said it. You just like sped past like.
Quick as hell, like that shit just happened.
You know, like we heard that.
But like it was I can kind of see how frustrating it is as a person that led the group, as in like you were the leader, you were the one that brought people in, you were the one that
when the
Goddamn,
Titanic got hit,
Optimus
made the
Prime.
final decisions for things.
when the Titanic got hit, everybody was like, "Yo, bro, like the ship going." I'm like, "Yes, the ship is on fire and we're all gonna die." Like, yes, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like,
no, oh no, I mean not me. I was a band that was playing like nigga. I accepted it. I
about to
was
fall
Like-
in, bro.
Hell yeah. I was like, yeah.
Buddha on the safe boat with
Because
a sad violin.
me, I didn't because I was gonna go full time, but with the job I had, I was like, you know what? Nah. Cause I started to peep how
Yeah.
shit was going. I'm like,
You see
Nah.
now, majority of everyone's gotten like jobs outside.
oh
of
hell
streaming
yeah. No, I ain't
now.
never let mine go. I still got the same job I had for like 8 years. So nah. I was
Yeah.
like,
People need to realize I always have multiple incomes. That is literally the perfect thing. Like, not perfect thing, but the best thing to do right
love
this age.
I'll maybe get on you now. You stop.
Bro, I do. I
Hey,
do have
nah, I
multiple
wasn't
I
talking
mean,
about that, Buddha.
I tell you what
Hey,
though.
Loafin be out here on some devil advocate shit on in comments and shit,
Yo,
bro.
chill out. Yo.
Yeah, I tell you what though.
Bruh.
I was like, what? I think last month. Last month, I was actually like,
Do I? Oh, he got a good question. Spank. He
ooh.
said, "She said you was the leader, so do you blame myself?" People blame me anyways.
I blame.
Look, a lot of people blame me because I told them exactly what's gonna happen if we didn't solve the issue, and then when it happened, I was there. It's like, well, you didn't. You didn't make us understand.
No, people don't believe what I just
Nah,
said.
isn't
I've
that
been
what's it
playing.
called?
No,
Gaslighting? Is that what
no,
it's called?
people don't listen to what I just said. I ain't blaming him. It's just like I told him, like you can't make a grown motherfucker do what they want him to do. I was like, I accept it. Like being in the South, you kind of like accept that shit at a very, very young age, like around 12 or 13. You're like, okay, fuck it. But if I tell you something, you do, it's like, okay, fuck it.
Yeah.
You can bring a horse to drink water, which I mean, so you can bring a
But
horse to water.
that's
They
something
can't make him drink.
that's something we learned like at a very, very, very young age. That a lot of grown people just not finding out. It's like, bro, like nigga. Then people be wondering why we so chill about a lot of shit. We just like, bro, we
We
okay,
accept it.
so-
That's part of Buddhism, though. So part of Buddhism is understanding like the dark and the light, and that
and
anything you could do about it. It's just like you got to embrace it.
and a lot of people be trying to fight that shit. I be like, bro, let that shit go.
He said that's a lot of weight. It ain't really a lot of weight to me. To
It's
me, I
not.
just look at it as, man, it is what it is, bro. Like,
He said you need to talk to a therapist.
I need more people. I need
nah,
more people
because
to
like
take
it was a lot of weight put on me at the time, and then at a lot of time I internalized it until I got to a point where I said, man, they ain't gonna do with me.
Yeah, that problem is in the South. We don't too much believe in that therapy shit. We more of like it is what it is. We can't change it. We can't change it.
Right.
A lot of people,
I
like,
wanted so badly to change it, but I knew I couldn't.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like,
We more of like okay.
yeah,
Now what? Like we on the next shit. We like why everybody else stuck on maybe we can do this, maybe we can do it. We already out the door. Like we in the car cranking that bitch up. Like all right, bro.
I'm crying.
like time, like
I'm gonna
time
holler
to
at you,
go.
bro. Nigga done lit a cigarette up in there. I'm gonna holler at you, dog.
I
Cause
ain't
see,
gonna lie,
fuck
see
with
the
you.
thing,
I
like
ain't gonna
love
lie,
when
that's
you
my
talking about
mindset.
the multiple pieces of income. The
Yeah.
reality was people was getting their contracts cut.
Oh, we.
So I
Yes, they
mean,
was.
you got to
Ooh,
understand,
wee.
like that's no different than I worked at Hibbit and I was the GM and I had to decide
yeah.
what other 3 people could get hours during COVID.
Yeah, I remember
The rest had to fill out
I-
for
I
unemployment. So it's
remember
like, here's my manager 1, Marina. Here's my manager 2, Cesar, and
we
here's my
was
manager
on the
3,
phone. We was on the phone when it
Giselle.
happened.
So
we was
I
on the
just
phone
picked
when
the
that
3
happened.
people, and the rest of the people I didn't pick don't got a job no
Yeah.
more during COVID.
We was on the
But-
phone when that shit happened. I was like, ooh, wee.
But you know what though, Buddha? Even though you were leading Vibe Nation, right? Everybody was grown.
Don't
They
matter.
just had to
Yeah.
deal with their shit. Like
Nah.
you,
Weren't
you,
acting
ex-
grown.
you
Nah.
they weren't acting
Man,
grown,
no,
but
man,
I would
no.
have at least like hope or at least to hope that like in your
Nah,
position that
see-
you expected people to act
No,
on their own
let me-
shit and like mind
Spank,
their own
okay,
business.
I'm gonna say it out loud. I've been thinking about this for a minute. I ain't gonna lie. I'm
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Nah.
Oh yeah, Scotty?
No,
Say it
no,
with your
no.
chest, Scotty.
No, it dealing with Buddha though. Nah, it's like this. No, Buddha spotted some shit in the beginning when I was sitting at like 30, 40, 50 CV when that shit happened. Buddha was like, man, don't mess with her. Me thinking like, you know, I'm like, man, I can get away with this shit, smash and dip. Nah, it didn't happen like that. Me like, it was like on some like, I didn't know her background type shit. Till when I found out, and then
Where the
people
car
wanted
at?
like because I'm not like a nigga who gonna go behind my homeboy type shit. But when I find out, I gotta slide. You may be hurt by it, but it's just out of respect. Me as a man, it's just like I'm a general principle that nigga. I was raised on that. No matter how you feel about how I did it, it's like, bro, I'm a GPS nigga. It's like, no, I can't.
2 times, you know.
Yeah,
You know,
you know. It's like I'm a general principle ass nigga. Like I don't give a fuck. We talking be 3 or 4 months. I gotta dip. I can't.
Oh,
Man.
man.
It was crazy because
Cause I'm
like
getting the whole back. I'm getting the whole story later on. What
yeah,
happened? Like what the fuck?
Irene
Buddha was
tried to
like
expose me
nigga.
with it.
She was. Buddha like nigga. She was talking like. Wait a minute. Hold up. What? What?
Yes,
You lying? Buddha like yes, nigga. You didn't know? No, nigga. I did not. And I'm like, well. And I was
Irene tried to expose
I
me
was there
for
at the time. I was there at the time. Like you know what? All right, time to go.
Oh my god.
Stood up and packed my shit and left immediately,
Man.
like right then. I was like, yeah,
Bruh.
time me head out, dog.
Bro, Irene tried to expose me on that to try to make it seem like I had did something dirty. I was like, nah. I said we had a conversation, and he said he had run in with that particular person. I said, man, everybody grown. Whoever people
Yeah.
talk to, if they don't tell me about it, ain't got nothing to do with me. I said, do it look sus? Yes, it looks sus. I said, but at the same
It
time,
did.
that's on him. And it wasn't you I was talking about, it was the other person. I was like, that's his situation. But I know that person. I'm like, I wasn't gonna put it out there to a person that don't know. Man, that nigga was jugging at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just was playing the role because he like, man, I don't care what happened. Right now, I'm just getting this. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know the type of person he is. He like, man, I don't care who doing what, nigga. Like this, my time is my time. I don't care how it looks. I'll lie. I'll play the role. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if this was gonna put me on a plane, they're gonna fly me out, they're gonna goddamn clean me up, they're gonna buy me this and that, man. It's like, look,
Hey, chill, bro, chill.
I'm just saying, like, if a person do all that, they was like, he was the type at the time, like, man, it don't make no difference what she say we is. I know what I am, because he was just jugging. You know what I'm saying? But people looked at it like he was simping on, like, man, I got my mind. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, that's just for the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dog is like a double agent over there. You know what I'm saying? And we're not talking about goat. So it's like, but he was like, oh, out of principle, like this can only end bad. I was like, it just looked bad for the situation. I was like, but I know neither one of y'all care about this situation because we was all hanging out and people couldn't figure it out. What the hell? So that's why I was saying with all these other situations is we was able to talk about it. So when you talk about it beforehand, people's like, wait a minute, them 3 niggas is hanging out. They ain't mad. No, it's a party. Exactly. It's a party. Like little did they know,
I
man.
promise you,
If I wasn't what I am, that would have been off the backboard. I'd have been Dominique.
Oh man,
3P. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my god.
man, because I was like, when I had like, it was
He
like
said,
me.
"God."
I'm like this, Spank. I can like I can fuck with a woman, but as long as you keep it real with me through and through, I can fuck with you. But once you lie, it's a no go for me. It's a no go. Like
Yeah.
I know how to maneuver with a woman who's like, yeah, I got it. Like I know how to maneuver when a woman's like, I got a nigga. I know how to maneuver. But once you lie, and once I find out you lying, when that nigga come to me man to man and shit, like I'm gonna tell him the truth. People say it's foul, but I'm like, no, you shouldn't lie. Like, no, don't lie to me. I hate lies.
Yeah, we gotta get out that situation.
Oh man, indeed.
Like that. That's crazy.
Indeed. Like, yeah.
But see, that was the perfect definition of what happens when people are just honest about the situation.
Yeah, no, really.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
like
really.
we can get down to the bottom of it, and it ain't no situation, it ain't no issue.
Cause whole time I have like deep down I felt like I was causing conflict between me and the other person.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like we cool, but it's like I feel
You
like
don't know
it's some
how
heat.
cool.
Yeah, I don't know how cool. I feel like there's some heat behind that decision I made by this. After I found out, like, you know what? Then I like, ain't gonna lie, I found out. Then I was like, I went. I was like, you know what? This ain't feeling right. You know, I
Yeah.
was like, this ain't me. And I just vanished. And people feel after that person told everybody what happened. It's like, I mean, I just left. Like out of general principle, you was on some other shit. Like that's out of general principle.
I guess with like what happened with me, like I like I said, I always like to keep it confrontational, one-on-one, me and you. But like whenever there was like a whole audience, like that's where I felt like it was just like, damn, like. You know, like Buddha, like if you like, it was just like it was me and you, and you were live or something. And you're like, I don't mind, I don't hide nothing, whatever. I'm live. It's whatever.
What
Like
you
I don't
talking
hide
about,
shit.
Spank?
I'm
We
just
finna hear
saying,
you.
like, I'm just trying to say, like, with how people deal with certain situations and being honest
Yeah.
and stuff. Like, you don't need a whole audience to be honest. Like, if you know what I mean, like,
Yeah, true.
man, it's like, I don't know. It's just so like
It was
it,
the moment with the okay. I didn't mean to cut you off, Spank. I'm sorry. It was a
no, you're
moment. It
fine.
was a moment of like I can't. How am I say this? Okay, but you know the guy who I'm talking about, the brother,
Oh,
the brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The brother. Yeah. Okay. It was a moment that person was showing me messages from the brother, and I'm like, you showing me these different
Let me
messages,
teach
but
you
yet
how to
like you were
vibe.
honest about this. So I'm like,
Uh,
okay. I was like, well, you know,
really.
but it's the fact I know. Like when a person does, that, I know how to handle you. It's like, yeah, I appreciate you coming through the chat, but thing is, like, damn, you trying to save something? Like that's crazy.
Man,
You trying to save something? All you can do is just ask. You didn't have
listen.
to. You didn't have to shit on me just to get like,
Uh,
ah, damn.
they
Yeah,
be
you did
happening to
just
you
ask.
all the time though.
Oh my. Okay,
But
I
I
ain't gonna
told
lie.
you why though.
A couple times, I almost quit streaming because of that shit. I'm like, bro, can a nigga just chill?
Man, you
Y'all
ain't tell me
dudes
that.
weird.
dang,
Like, I mean, mentally,
This
I
my
thought
first
about.
time hearing about this.
Yeah, I know. I thought about
He
stop
said,
streaming for a
"Yeah, I
while.
know."
Yeah, I know. Cause I know what you would have said.
What I would have said.
Thing is, you'd have been like, nigga, shut the fuck up. I already know what it was
I
like.
wouldn't have said it like that.
It would have been like that. I would have took it like that.
But I wouldn't have said that though.
No, I take hard grit shit. Like I'm more like that type country nigga. I like straightforward, like real words type shit.
But you know, I've been like,
it's
bro,
more
you
like
can't be
if Goldie, if
serious.
you don't shut your
No,
mouth.
no, Spank. It's like no Spank. No, it's like this Spank. It's like this. If I come to your chat, it's like this how simple it was. This how simple it is every time. This why I don't be in women chat no more. This how simple. You know how I come here, I drop my emojis, ask how the games, how you doing, woo,
No, no,
this
no.
that.
He being
Throw a little.
disingenuous right now. Say what
Do and
emojis
then
you drop.
This is
okay,
indigenous.
okay. You know, Spank, you know I do my little go with the do emoji with the glasses and the goat and all that. You know
No,
that.
no. Put
Yeah.
the flames and stuff next to it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I did do that. Fine, yeah, I did that. Fine.
Okay, yeah, little
All right,
flames.
so then I ask how the game's going, this and that, this and that. But basic conversation make you laugh, throw little jokes here and there, and then I'm out. Motherfuckers inboxing me saying weird shit. I'm like, bro, like I'm not with your bitch. Calm down. What you and my girl got going on, nigga? What the fuck?
It's the
Like
That's
emojis.
like yikes.
if that happens 5 to 6 times from different streamers and they dudes, it's like, what the fuck, bro?
It's the
It
emojis.
ain't that, bro. Shut
If
up.
it happens, hey, can I ask you though? If it happens like 5 or 6 times, are you just choosing the wrong people to go to?
Spank, if I tell you these names, you'd be like, oh, okay, and you'll be like, that's crazy. Like I'm like, bruh. That's why I don't be in. They be acting like, hey, see you in a while. I'm
I,
like, cause your nigga inbox me.
for
That's the
one,
fuck.
I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm not. I promise this is a safe space. But I'm saying it's funny. Like it ain't funny because like he's saying that he thought about quitting content because of it.
Yeah, like that's not the funny
That's
part.
not the funny
It's
part. The funny part is like I watch it happen, and I
I
just
think
be like,
I think it kind of kicked up when dude called me a bitch, and then I had to do that. I ain't gonna lie, he had no business calling me out my name. They would really made me do that. Like Buddha know what I'm talking about. That nigga called me a bitch, bro. I like, all right, bro. You know what? He said you a bitch and all vibe. Hating that nigga. I said, you know what? Okay.
oh, I forgot
I'm a,
about him.
I said, you know what? I'm an entertainer. Fuck it. Like I was trying to be a man about it, like not even do that. But then it's like you called me all my name, all this extra shit. I said, you know what, bro?
To be honest,
That
though,
is
Spank,
so
that
wild
one
to
right
Spank,
there was
know.
like I had
Spank,
forgot about that one.
Spank. I was like,
And
all right, Spank. I'll tell you what happened. Spank. This is how easy it was. It was like, boom, okay. Now she taking selfies in Atlanta. Now look, now what you doing? Like, okay then, calm the fuck down, bro.
man,
Like
But
it's not me. It's not me. Like you control your situation, not me.
Spank. I was just like, with that one I didn't expect because somebody may or may not have went to jail behind
Let me
that
teach you how to
situation.
vibe.
Like,
Trying to choke our ass out.
I'm saying, that's why I say it ain't funny, but it's like in that situation, like what are you supposed to do? And all these things have been happening and was happening, and that's what stressed me out so bad because I was like, man, like some of this stuff I can't
Yeah.
stop if I wanted to. Some of this stuff it ain't that person trying to do it. Some people is like, and like putting themselves in harm's way. I said, man, it's just too much, man.
That
That's why,
Matt-
and that's why. That's
Put it in
literally.
Discord, Dave.
I just don't want. I just don't want Jim to hit me like this, man.
well, just know that your chat, like my
Oh.
chat, is a safe space. Okay,
But we
Cody,
did talk.
like, if
We
you
did
ever...
talk. Go me and Spank
Yeah.
did talk about that
What?
because Spank, we got to debating about the percentage of guys that know her from content that would meet
Mhm.
her in the back of their mind. What percent? Like I'm asking you, what percentage of guys that would come to a meetup or PAX or TwitchCon and they see Spank, regardless of Jim being there or not, and they, in their mind they green screen him out. What percentage of dudes is like, yo, I want to shoot my Steph Curry?
That's a like. I say I give it an 80 to 90. I give.
She thought it was 10%.
Oh,
Shit. All right. I'm telling you, like, let's like they're here. Who thought it was 10%?
Spank thought it was 10%.
Spank. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Okay. Okay. When a woman says when a woman try to tell you what men do and what men think to another man, I'd be the one be like, just shut the fuck up. Like, you don't know. We know these niggas. Like, we see this. We know what they
Damn,
say.
'cause
Because
We
it's
know
not
what they how they
somebody,
move.
it's not like somebody silently plotting like, ooh, I won't Spank. It's more like,
No, they say it out loud. Like,
no, but
we
I'm-
hear this.
But bro, this is what I'm saying is like, won't nobody really necessarily say that around me
But
because
we
I'll be kind of looking
no.
like,
No, VVS. You sit back and just watch people.
right. That's
like,
what I
just
told her.
like,
I said we were sitting on the
Damn.
couch and I'm watching it. Like I can tell who in somebody's mind. Like she thought of herself as a small creator. I said, but some people don't see you that way.
Man,
Like, because I'm
Like,
telling her, people look at her the same way they look at A. Morant, the same way they look at what's with Sparkling Sprite, the same way they look at Queen of Lemon. You one of those. That's how they see you. You're literally somebody's internet girlfriend, and you're not trying to be. So when they see you, they might have a few drinks, or a mushroom, or some weed, and get excited. That's why I'm saying, like, in the green screen, like, Jim is
So
there smiling with
specific.
his arm around you. In their mind, it's like, yo, this is my chance. You know what I'm saying? Like I got her in the scope.
Bro.
Like I got the Kraber out. Like I'm about to take the shot. Like I
Yeah.
should have the 301 out, but like no, this is like either,
Bro,
either,
you know,
either
like-
this is headshot game over or I'll miss. And I'm
Oh,
dead.
Man, that was it. That second meetup at VBS, I was just over here pissed off that I had to pay $40 for 2 Hennies and Cokes. Like, I was mad.
Yeah, it was expensive that second round. That's why we did
Oh.
the section thing.
Let me teach you
But I
how
was
to
saying,
vibe.
though, to her, like I don't put myself in a position to where I would look bad to to my significant other, because I can't rule out the fact that somebody might potentially look at me like that. And if I put myself in a bad space, I can't say, even if I did nothing or made any kind of, it is completely innocent. Like, just how does it look? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Jim be saying to me that, like, the simps make my stream, and I'm like, I always have felt so uncomfortable for it.
VR,
But
what
it's
up?
like, oh no, but you, like, it's just how it is. The
nigga, your
Sims-
name is SpankQueen.
It's like your God, I swear to God, I slap shit at you. God damn it.
I'm just saying. Then
But-
she like, I wish they would see me as it. Change your fucking name, but I don't want to change it.
I ain't
Even
changing my
if-
name.
even
No,
if-
I'll tell you
even if
this.
she changed her name, it wouldn't make no difference.
It
wouldn't make-
it would ease up a little bit, but
I don't
then it's
think it
trying to
would.
sit. I feel like it would, cause like they see the name without even seeing really not. Ooh, Spank. Ooh, they spanking who?
Nah.
It's like
No,
It-
people
it would
already
ease up
be
a
in
I
my
don't even
chat
think
like
that, though,
assume
bro.
position. I'm like, what? Assume position for what? You know, like it just I don't know. People just really there's all kinds of things I've already experienced. More on Kick than I have on Facebook, because I think it's like they can't really say much whenever they have their own profile picture, because then I would be dogging on their profile picture, like if they do anything in my chat, because that's just how it was. But like on Kick, like people be saying anything, and I swear, like it would have not made a difference if I changed my name. However, I will never change my name. I will.
I mean, think about it. Go.
I am
What's
Spank
worse,
Queen
the
my whole
name, or
life.
they turn on and they see her smoking the vape and having a shot?
Or yeah, or like just like a
It's a combination.
just being a
really.
woman.
Nah,
on
it's,
camera.
I'm saying if her name was Powerpuff, it's ooh, can I puff on your power?
okay. Now
Like,
hold up, now that's different right there. Now that's different. That's like a whole aesthetic type deal right there.
I'm saying,
Powerpuff.
what
You
name
Asian
could she
and-
have
that wouldn't make
where
it that
somebody
far?
wouldn't
Like
think
my
like
my,
that?
my
but you
gaming
just
name
made that
before
Powerpuff.
my naming game before gaming name before SpankQueen, because this was like 10, 11 years ago, was Broadchan.
Wait,
It was Broadchan, like
Yeah,
bruh.
so-
man,
Chan.
stop
Yeah,
it, Cap.
there's something wrong with
No,
you.
I'm serious.
hot
That
for
was
this
my
right now.
that was shut up. That was my username before. I changed it to Spank Queen whenever I joined a clan called Spank Squad.
Yeah.
That was Broadchan. So what do you think? You think you're gonna like slide into like a girls like, you know what I'm saying, like
Hell
stream
no,
named
I think you from
Broadchan?
Bangkok, man. Nigga, I ain't gonna
Man,
lie.
stop it.
That's what I'm saying. So Buddha has a point. Oh, I mean, well, Buddha made a point. Is like it wouldn't really matter until they see the person on the camera. But like, I don't know.
I ain't gonna
I
lie.
just
It might
wouldn't-
it's a couple freaky dudes out here. They might still slide.
When you
in, but
when you
probably-
scroll
probably
past
think
that
you, man.
thing and they look, they're going there. She over here talking about 10%.
Okay, so
Hold on. Did you ask
the
her
only-
what makes
when
her
I
feel
went-
like that?
no. Okay, so what I felt
She
like
said 'cause
was
she's so
we're going to the
transparent
meetup.
with Jim.
Yes.
What the
I'm
fuck that mean? What do Jim gotta do with what the fuck other dudes want to do to you? What the fuck?
Okay. So when I said 10%, it was
Jim
because
niggas will smash you with Jim sitting on the couch in the corner watching. What do you mean?
it was because
What?
majority
I say
of the
shit Buddha be
people-
thinking. That's me. Oh,
I
my bad.
know.
My bad.
It was because the majority of the people that I surrounded myself with were people that we both trusted, like me and him. So like I was always around just people I trusted, people,
They
the
stay
content
ready
creators
for the
I
smoke.
knew. So I was standing more so next to like No Sense, Try, Cap, Trav, Phoenix. Like I was always
Horny
like
man.
around them, just so that it was just like you know, not putting myself in a situation where I'm not
they cool
being
people.
approached.
They cool people.
Yeah. So where I'm not
except
being
one.
approached. So that's why I said 10%, because I can only think, like I said, I tune out. I can only think about the people that I knew that was there, that I knew. Like if it
Buddha the only friend to come.
Wow.
like
But my kid has came
Buddha's
back.
stupid.
She's wilding out, man. Let me that's 5 hours. I'll be back tonight. Maybe we can continue the conversation. But
oh no, you know what? I'm about to pass out. I've been up for 24
yeah, you
hours.
need to go to sleep.